Oh, Scoob, all that matters is that you're here. Even if it's only for a minute, the fact that you thought to use that shred of internet that you do have to come on in and say hello. Look, that's more than enough. Oh my God, what is up with my... I swear to God, my webcam settings change every stream. Oh, I look like fucking Goldilocks. What is that like? Why are my cheeks? I know why. Because I've just like put some shit in my bit. That's why it looks so rosy cheeked. There we go. Right. I was gonna say I thought it looked a little bit. It looked a bit much. Anyway, Yoshi, good to see you. Look, anyone and everyone else that happens to be here chilling out tonight, you'll be pleased to hear that you don't have to watch B Drive tonight. Hey, I know, big relief, right? So it's a special Creator Series event happening tonight. It is, I believe it's the second one. It is the Indy 500 with Creator Series. So this week there's two quite exciting. Well, as far as I'm aware, there's two really cool Creator Series events. So there's tonight, which is the Indy 500, and then Saturday is red versus blue. So it's going to be Tiamat Marduk versus Alex Gillen. It's going to be a 10 versus 10. The teams will be released tomorrow. Watch this space, people. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But we got the stream ready. We'll be there on Saturday. It starts at 6, so it starts a bit earlier, so we'll be going live ahead of that. But yeah, it's going to be good fun on Saturday, that is for sure. But we've also got Foxy F1 Fridays tomorrow. There'll be more lobbies on Sunday. I am spoiling you every single day of the week. I mean, it's the guy I am. And also, do you know why tonight is good? Because I've got a big fucking Lucozade. Yes! Love me a Lucozade. Oh. I gotta say, the day that I have had has been horrendous. It's been tough. Yeah, it's not been good. But we're good now. We're home. We're happy. We're chilled. We're settled. And tonight we get to sit back and watch the boys and girls go at it around Indianapolis. Can we have a BF6 stream soon? So, when it comes to streaming, just to give a slightly wider picture. So, obviously, lots of F1 this week. Creator Series Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be away Monday and Tuesday, which is kind of fortunate because they're not the days I tend to stream. But then it's obviously Forza. So Forza Horizon 6 goes on general release next week. So those who have got it early, I think are obviously able to play it now. Chizu is probably having a great time playing that. Bless him. But yeah, we're going to be having a look at that. And I think at some point soon, Battlefield 6 will come back into the rotation. It might be something that we'll maybe see how things are next weekend. Maybe a little Saturday stream, something like that. See what we're feeling. But it's been a little while since kind of played anything shooty of that level, if that makes sense. We've had a little bit of Fortnite. See, Ark Raiders, for me anyway, is exactly PvP. And there's been lots of new content coming to Battlefield 6. It's been a while since we played it, so yeah, watch this space, Yoshi. I think we'll be there. Darth Gamer as well. Good seeing you in the chat. I hope you're well. Good, sir. It's been a right mix of weather today as well. Sunshine, showers, the usual, all over the place. I think it's fair to say. What's that? You need some guidance. Okay. I mean, point and shoot. Point and shoot, mate. I think that's as good as my guidance is going to get, if I'm honest. Right, let's go to a watch-along screen. I've got my camera sort of set for the top right of your screen, which tends to be the kind of best. But we'll see. I'm not sure how they've got it configured, so we'll work it out. But we'll get the stream up and we'll get going. Alrighty. Now it's making sure I've got the right one. There we go.
Hey, that is 5 more cars that can predict more trouble.
Happy days.
Indeed, it can also have the opposite effect. If you have more cars, people may be a bit more cautious at the start, especially. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But it's all about getting close to that barrier and qualifying, but not touching it. No touchy at all, because if
we're in qualifying at the moment.
Or anything at these speeds, it is going to be 1, noticeable, and 2, the end of your day in the barrier. I can guarantee you that. The other thing as well, you want to go over the curve. Again, it's a tricky thing to do that, and you want to hug that white line as much as possible. If you go on the grass, that is normally game over. So it's all about those extra millimeters. Amazing. They can gain you only half a tenth of a second per lap, but that can gain
How's
you
the audio, by the way?
More. A little How's tap the of the barrier balance? There, just on the entry to 3.
Yeah, yellow vision then. Aaron Smith the second, fastest out there.
I'll turn it down
Sora,
a little bit.
To a 38,
so hopefully you can hear me. Is it all right?
The practice time that was done.
You can hear me sort of over the commentary.
Out there in the number 8 machine. Pushing through and now looking to start.
So a few good names in here. Obviously, Tommy 97, Punju, Fabio's in, Chesnoid's having a drive as well.
Potentially, drivers looking at maybe only doing 2, coming back to the pit and going again because of the track temperature out there, which is 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
Slightly toasty, I will say as much, and you can see just hanging on. You don't want to get any understeer, using minute steering actions right now. You can see on the wheel barely going past 45 degrees in the worst of cases, and you can see the times
I'm
there.
Buzzing for the Indy 5. Can anyone actually
and you would say on any other
when is the genuine Indy 500?
Every millisecond counts, and for Presley Sora,
it's normally in May. Quite often it's like the same time as the Monaco Grand Prix,
at the moment,
like later that day.
They've got 10 minutes to set their lap times in, so they know that it's not going to be as simple as you just.
You're going for Street Waffle for the win?
I think that's fair. Held. You've got to try and work.
I'd like to see Fabio do well as always.
I know that Brendan Hyperstar is a driver to definitely watch, as Presley Sora in the number 98 has just been driving about well, is already now on to lap
look at
3
the gaps.
Of 4,
you know what I mean?
The
gaps are so close.
Mia Rose, though, is going to go quickest
now
by
thousandth of a second.
Thousandth of a second. So who said the
wow.
margins aren't tight here?
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
You can see the confidence in the drivers by how close they get to the barrier. There is a sort of, as Mia Rose backs out of that one, back to the pits, as you said, Jake, possibly the best strategy here. But you'll see them get so close to the barrier. There is like a dusty couple of millimeters on the outside. You don't want to go close to the barrier, but every single millimeter of track is a thousandth of a second, and that can make a difference.
It's the reason why I like the Indy 500 in general, because the margins are so fine, and it's such it's such a fight. Like these cars, like the speed that they're at, and they've got to just throw that down so consistently.
So he's a tenth shy.
It's amazing.
Is around DM Gal
and obviously the spectacle of it, and this is
about a dozen drivers
incredible.
Yet to put a time in, and they include the likes of Big T-Mac, Tiamat Marduk, Ryan L83, Hayden Gullis is one of them who hasn't set a time. And first time,
so there's quite a few CS regulars that haven't set one yet.
Which, in my mind, was just trying
24th
to get the
of May.
Around, get a
oh, nice. That's not that far, is it?
To say it's going to be better.
So when's the Monaco Grand Prix? Is it on the 24th as well?
In the i5G machine.
Oscar Kyoso did one lap, then straight back to the pits, but that lap, crucially, puts them P1 provisionally. Thanks to lap, Brendan Hyperstar straight to the top
24.
on the second lap, 38.6 in there, 6.45, the thousandths of a second.
And Monaco's going to be after that in June.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe part of that as well there, John, would have been trying to charge the hybrid system up.
Yeah, for sure. Really, really tricky around an oval track. You don't have the braking zone, so you have to do it sort of manually. In real life,
I am
there's
obviously
a lever
judging
to pull, I'm guessing,
liveries
there's a button
as well.
to press to recharge it, but if you can get that
See
hybrid charged up just before the start of the lap,
I can't remember his name, but the guy on commentary, that is a very Bristolian accent.
Around this track, that means everything.
That is proper West Country.
Beautifully for the moment.
He sounds like friends of mine from school.
If he can improve just a little bit, he can jump up to P5. Let's see. No improvement
so
for the moment,
close.
but we're hoping for some more.
Well, he's out of laps, so that's going to be no May Gooster out there as Josh Merrin then on his third lap goes fifth on a 38.7. So does he have enough to jump up and gain even more?
I thought that looks rather good, doesn't it?
300ths would be enough to jump Mia Rose and Presley Sora. And I know the top two here, John, in terms of qualifying for the iRacing Indy 500 Open on Saturday, they are two drivers inside the top 50 in all times.
This needs to move a bit.
It's incredible.
There we go. That looks
we
a
have
bit
in
better.
the
Sorry, my
series.
sub
I say
count,
it every single
the
race,
position
but
of it
remains
like
true. They are just the tops of the top
there
at the moment.
was just
and
bugging
that amount
me.
of confidence and sort of skills to do a top 50 time in the world.
Oh, I like that.
You can only say congratulations for that, and they'll
yellow
take
and green.
It
looks like it's old school Man United kit,
well,
like Angry Jeans. Oh, that's a little wall hit.
And volleys, as it were, are now looking to try and get this third lap down. Currently in sixth place, and that's not going to work. So this is the last chance attempt to go and get it right against the line and slightly over it. There's one, gets right up to the wall, and now turn two. List the entry in, because you know these mile.
It's just, it's the feeding of it back out.
These, basically quarter miles out there to go and work with, and as you head yourself over to turn three, you go by the snake pit on the left-hand side, which is so important in terms of the overall feel of this place, which can house on race day nearly 500,000 people in this fabled stretch of land. Out of 4 and night goes Charles Wimbley. Is this going to be
24-hour race this weekend?
It's a 39 flat. It's not enough.
What, Le Mans?
So third row it will be as far as it goes, and trying to get it done. You've got NL Stroopwafel currently out there.
Is it?
Taco Man currently out there on a flying lap attempt, and Mia Rose currently on her final go for it there, hand off the steering wheel, but now knowing that this is going to be the all-important money lap.
So that's amazing. Oh, Nürburgring 24-hour, is it?
Just casually turning the wheel into the corner is the best way, because the wheel will...
So that's cool. So you've got the 24 hours of Nürburgring
whatsoever.
this
a little bit
weekend.
Conservative through the last turn.
Then you're going to have the Indy 500. Then you're going to have the Monaco Grand Prix. And then you're going to have...
That is their last lap. Worth noting as they choose to impact the wall there.
Le Mans.
I think a little bit of frustration.
Oh, sick!
Oscar Kyoso still
We've
has
got
2
loads
laps
of
remaining,
racing.
as well as Lithium Fox. Brendan Hyperstar has 1, so they are still
Come on,
in the
Fabio,
hunt
where
for
are you?
this top spot.
20th.
Taco Man out there is also trying to get his final lap in together, as there is Brendan Hyperstar looking to just try and put a little bit more margin there, and he can just drive it in a little stronger.
The jet black
livery
does look the best, I think.
Very happy at the moment. I've seen his cat walking about in the background as well, so hopefully he knows better than to jump and put a spanner in the works, so to speak, out there. But Brendan knows that the best way to defend his crown is by being at the front of the field in probably one of the biggest Premier teams.
I say it's a decent margin,
one of the big
0.076.
three, along with
gap
the likes
at the
of Powerslide, Team Hype, and then the wonderful alliance that is out there between Satellite and
this must be the biggest thrill.
His lap time, a 38
to drive like for real.
Not improved.
So I believe Le Mans is either around Spain or the weekend. That sounds about right.
That works. 2,000. Well, 2,000ths of a second.
That's good race. That's good race calendar knowledge from
this
you.
One jump up the order and move on into that position.
We kind of got to support Fox, right?
It's going to be a huge
Foxes have got to stick together.
I
want to see Ryan do well.
What they put together on the board. Lift Fox now hoping to try and get the run through forward. Just diving this one through and getting a nice smooth
Only 5 seconds left to Collie.
And now charging over towards that line. 38.6 is the time mark to beat, but the checkered flag is out, and there is going to be no more improvements to be had. Your grid then is going to be stacked, and your 38 will look as follows for the second annual Creator Series 500, and it is the only winner of a Creator Series 500 on the pole. Brendan Hyperstar will have that ahead of Reska Kyoso, with Presley Sora and Mia Rose third and fourth. Josh Merrin will line up with Charles Wimbley fifth and sixth, as Lift Fox will have Yellow Vision for company 7th and 8th. DM Gal
what time must
will
it be in
mark
Australia?
The first of your creator community. Ignite as B-Roy will round out the top 10. It's worth noting that you can start from anywhere and win a race like this when you got Tom 97 in 11th.
There should be some good crashes in this as well, eh? There should be some bangers.
With Sloppy Joe in 14th. So we're going to cycle on through and get there. So you see Brendan Hyperstar and Reska Kyoso. That's your front row. You then follow on behind that with Presley Sora and Mia Rose. They're third and fourth. Mia representing community as well. Josh Merrin and Charles Wimbley, 5th and 6th.
That black and pink livery looks good. Yeah, Lift Fox, I like that colour.
DM Gal and B-Roy.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get nuts.
11th, where we find Tom 97.
Oh, the blue's good. Yeah, Tom 97. Yeah, nice.
And say they are what it's all about today.
So is he.
A big driver out there in the Super Formulas is in 13th with Sloppy Joe. 14th position. Then it's a very experienced
Ryan
Series
P15
with Ryan L83 and Punju both together looking to prove what they've got. Reese will be there for the community. He's got Big T-Mac, then the Aussie for company.
God, you're not going to miss that livery, are you? Fabio!
Good to see Fabio out there. Hopefully
come on, Fabs.
D. Goodin is going to be in 21st, and he's alongside the Stag.
That reminds me, got to do a load of bloody photos and stuff.
The Stag wants to go out there and show what he's all about. He's going to try and see what he's got. Sparks then will have
this does make me want to get PC, like.
And 24th as El Taco Man and Snore Brunch. Then we'll get the 13th row of this grid. Chesnoy Gaming out 27. There in 27th with what is known as Unsafety Car 4. I do believe they call him TK. Out there looking to push with Ancephalosis. Then in 29.
Go on, TK!
Who we talked to earlier on. He makes up your 30. Josh's Corner and NL Stroopwaffle.
Stroopwaffle, 32.
32nd. And normally we'd cap the field at Darius Rush and say the 5 behind.
They're going to hit bump day,
but we're going to allow TMF Marduk to race out there along with VM Knoller, who is looking to make the push. Then on Scotty Boy 2, quote unquote. It's Scotty Designs, by the way, who is there in 36 as Steel Horse Live and Hayden Gullis make up the field, which means Hayden comfortable at the back. John
good livery.
Last the first challenge at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Go on, Hayden.
No pressure whatsoever, so that's the place you want to start if you're not on pole.
How long
that mid
till we get
is going to be chaotic?
Crash.
So for any driver in there, they just want to survive the opening few laps. Now, last time out, we had an incident straight from the get-go. So I think a lot of drivers might be having that one in the back of their minds, maybe taking it a little bit more cautious. We'll have to wait and see. But it's
a good amount of concentration as well.
Everybody will be going 10/10ths.
Love this.
They will do, but they've got to allow this race to breathe. It was very much in the inaugural Creator Series 500 a caution fest. As we take a look at B-Roy then. who sets himself up in his traditional colours out there, the lovely accented light green that he runs then with his livery, and the Razor sponsorship that he also has to go along with it. He'll be looking at a big old push today to prove that
surely
go out there and get
surely
there.
it's got to be within the first 2 laps,
race,
right?
We've got 4 hours and 40 minutes on the clock to get this done in these 200 laps. There's Aerotech. He's off the back of a massive
200 laps.
He's not
Strap
going to be
yourselves
really
in.
streaming much at all until June, I believe. June, July.
Indeed, he has to take a break at some point, but we all love seeing a good streamathon, so he's done a lot of work here, and I'm sure he's just going to take this one to enjoy it, but don't rule him out. He's a very
You want to see some crashes? Hey! Go on, Chiz. Are we happy today? Are we happy today, Chiz? Oh gosh, that's not needed. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Oh god, you crashed the stream. Oh, don't give me that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Ah, see, look what you've done. You broke it. You broke the stream, Chizu. Are you not living in New Zealand for the day? That's what I'd have thought you'd have gone for that. Oh, don't tell me this. Don't tell me the stream's gone down.
Tuning actually,
no,
the weight jacker and everything that you can use to adjust.
There we go. Formation lap.
A fixed setup. You can do certain things, including with the anti-roll bars, just to make it perform to the likes of which you want it to.
Yeah.
But it's always a danger modifying it during the race, and we might see a few drivers caught out by that. It'll be interesting to see, and very rarely do you see a driver be the fastest from start to finish. There's always a time where it ebbs and flows.
This is an opportunity for many,
Boy,
and they all have to
good.
get by number 10 at the front. Pace truck dives down in. Let's get ourselves set for the second annual Creator Series 500.
Yeah!
It starts now.
Here we go. Green flag, green flag. We are banking on a huge crash in the first 2 laps of this Indy 500 race. A few little pockets and gaps starting to form. God, that looks so good.
Lovely start then through the opening couple of corners, and already Reska Kyoso into 3 takes the lead away. We'll see a lot of chopping and
You can't win it on the
in
first
early
lap, but you
goings
can
as
certainly
Rhythm
lose it.
Settled up, 2 wide still though in the middle of the pack as they work through. Big T-Mac making good progress. He's already through on Tom 97.
Indeed, it's quite a clean start. A lot of cars getting close.
Be on it after work tomorrow, so you go to work on Monday. I'll just piss in my seat. Just sit in your filth. I love it. I love it.
Oh, goodness me.
I've seen Gillen playing it a little bit.
Reese getting really aggressive early out there from about 20th position on. So there is a lot that these drivers know, and I think they're wanting to make hay early while the sun is shining. We take a look at this wonderful multicolored 301 of Reese, who is on that high side at the moment, working through 3 with a soy, trying to work through behind. Find a lane, pick a rhythm, and make sure you can slipstream.
Guys, this is great. Yeah, really clean first lap. Here we go. A few moves starting to be made now.
Josh Merrin and Charles Wimbley. Merrin down low.
Oh, contact!
In the wall. Wimbley, he'll drop time, but no place. Well, no caution to come out and save him.
I think it might have damage, though. That car's not turning in very well. It was a heavy impact with the wall. Looks like they're back up to speed, though.
So
that's just compromised everyone.
So this week, Chiz, we've got this tonight, lobbies tomorrow,
About 3 of them, the way
Creator Series event on Saturday,
very crunchy group
lobbies Sunday, and then it's most likely going to be Wednesday we get our kind of first look. I think that's going to have to be, because I'm going to be away the Monday, Tuesday.
As they all set. So for the moment, they're going to be working on through. Reska Kyoso, no shocks, fastest driver out there at this point, but whenever you see a big pack like this, they've got to settle themselves.
Come on, Ryan.
P13. And Wimbley at the moment is going to be the one going backwards with a crumpled front left wing end plate.
Yeah, it's just struggled for the turn in, especially on the exit. Just waiting.
I'm just hoping it's going to be relatively controller friendly.
On this one also, so that's 3 cars now. That's Andrew Petty, Aaron Smith, and Aerotech through. Charles Wimbley dropping like a stone. Sadly, wasn't really his fault. Just a bit of contact. But now
imagine Hansen commentating on this for 200 laps.
It's going to be a long race for them.
Yeah, but they have to use.
I think he'd do himself in.
Out there until the first round of stops. He should have a way to get back. The MGAL almost running.
Excuse
up the
me,
back
by the
there.
way, that's that Lucasade.
Be careful of that at the start of this race. We're already on to lap 5 here at 200, and they've got to be.
Don't the cars sound amazing, by the way?
Big smash up in the wall.
Oh, big
in the
smash! Oh,
background
hello.
there. That was a major hit. Going along the wall.
Now the one thing, obviously iRacing is a game that I've never played, so I don't quite know what the damage model is when it comes to iRacing. You know, like how much, you know, a little bump, a little this is, yeah. Fabio's going, what is he? Yeah, he's up to 14th. He's behind Ryan now.
But they are going for broke in these positions and still overtaking Charles Wimbley. So Charles is having a really bad day at the moment, but definitely doing well, to be fair. It's only on the exits, and so everybody's getting booked. That's why you're seeing 3 wides.
Oh, that's some damage. There's damage. There's damage. I see it.
And have just enough clearance then to get by Big T McIntyre.
Oh, hello.
Picked up damage.
There's a highline. Oh my God! Look at that car. Do you see it? The orange car in the background there. Oh Jesus! Oh, big smash! Huge smash in the background.
We stay green for the moment then, as it's Reese and Snowbrunch who have come together.
That car is buggered. There was a huge smash in the background. Lap 7
on the racing line as well, so not ideal. So let's see what happens.
Look in the background. Look in the background.
Converging. So there's the multiple car.
Oh!
Just gone over the rear wing. So just a case of one checking up, the other trying to take it flat, and then I think that was Reese just driven straight over.
God damn!
Well, this is Chesnoy's issue through turn 2.
Oh, Chesney!
Going to get you every time.
It's replays.
Well recovered, but there's just not enough room on the outside, and the safer barrier doing its job. But sadly,
Poochie, good to see you, my man.
So that's in the pit lane. And arguably, driver's getting a little bit lucky. Oh, in the wall. Who was that in the wall right there? I think, was that? No, it wasn't Sparks. But yeah, very, very lucky for them, whoever that was. Mia Rose.
Wait, was that Ben's car, was it? I know, right.
Yeah, she's got to be very careful about that. She can't afford to do that too often coming out of 2. Just getting, again, very narrow.
Half a second in it between 1 and 2. But Brendan, Hyperstar, is down in P2. Oh, what's she do here?
So you're working through those safer barriers are there to protect the drivers out there.
What's she do? Like little wobble? Just a little. Oh, just a little.
Into it, and there's not any bigger.
Because this is it at those speeds. How are you, Poochie, my man? Good seeing you.
Just about.
I hope you're having a belter of a week.
There, and so
you've made mine. Benny's running with a shitload of cars. No, I thought there's 2. I think there's 2 cars that are running with that livery.
At this point in time, and it sits itself behind,
or like that kind of livery. Mate, really good. We're doing good. It's been, I can't lie, it's been a rough day. Very, 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 very rough at work, but we got through it. Did the shit that needed to be done. And look, we're here, we're smiling, we're optimistic, we do what we do. Well, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's going to give Sparks a look here into 1.
Oh yeah, Sparks so aggressive and just going for the overspeed.
But I'm buzzing. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to some lobbies tomorrow. Looking forward to Saturday, Sunday as well. More like, yeah, we've just got a good week.
Will Sparks be able to use that? We'll have to wait and see.
That's what it's about. And like, there's so much good sport and stuff coming up as well. Like so much. Like you've got.
Otherwise, you can just understand.
You got so what was it? Nürburgring 24-hour. Then pretty soon it's Monaco Grand Prix. Indy, the real Indy 500 in a couple of weeks' time. Le Mans is in a few weeks, like middle of June. Like Champions League final, Football World Cup will be starting. international cricket is starting. Like, there's so much sport. There's so much to watch. And then obviously, F1 26 is going to be thrown up in there. So we're going to get our first look in a week's time. So I think we're all excited to see what that looks like. And hopefully, it's sooner rather than later. But
got a second here at the front
we'll
of the
see.
field. They'll be very happy about that. And getting some good green flag runnings. They can get themselves to about lap 28.
Lithium Fox is up a place as well. I'm pretty sure they qualified P7. We've got to support our fellow Foxes. Mate, this is it. This is it. And look, hopefully we get a good crack at some CS races for F1 26 as well. I'm so intrigued to see how well they've done for this DLC.
He went so wide that he just gave
so
a glancing
intrigued.
blow. Hopefully no damage there. I don't see anything on the wing, but you can just
I hope we all pray
a few millimeters, and that
it's
going to
be half
devastating
decent
right now for Punju with Infratic.
Ryan up to P12. Go on, Ryan.
Punju, my apologies.
The stag gets past Fabio.
Yes,
come on, Fabs. Fight back.
Yeah,
Ryan's doing all right. He's at P12. Fabio! Shit! Is that Sloppy Joe?
What avoidance there from Sloppy Joe. And ultimately, the Stag is going to leave this one around here. And it's going
he came across a little bit, did Fabs, but oh no.
High into the barriers trying to get this one back. And he's going to have to be very careful he doesn't drop down, and everyone avoids this.
Yeah, so unfortunate.
Be
now
careful.
with that right front gone, I mean,
God,
you
that's
can't
good.
really turn in, so you've just got to give it a wide berth. Hopefully nobody collects you. They have made it back to the pits, but again, it's going to be a fast repair, but a devastating loss of time for the moment, and it can knock your confidence as well. This early on into the race, lap 14, you need all the confidence you can get, and an early record,
Cool, this is flying by.
can really stop your momentum.
Well, if you can find the momentum, if you can find the realm of how hard you're going to have to work, how much you're going to have to really start digging down deep for it, that's going to be critical. Brendan Hyperstar here in second position, happy to sit at 6,
It's
7
just
tenths
consistency,
out
isn't
there.
it?
Take your pick out there at this point, knowing that it is Reska Kyosa who's out there in front, who is leading the field.
Ooh, is that
and
a little
doing
wall
lot
tap?
of the work, staying in this range in these hot conditions. How much of this do you feel is just trying to get into an early fuel game?
Brendan Hyperstar is one of the most tactical drivers that I know, so it will be in his calculations, it will be in the spreadsheet, as they say.
Is that Fabio? Yeah, Fabio on Punju.
Punju. That is Punju now on screen. So I'm glad I've got the right driver for once. But yeah, Infratic going past saying,
go on, Fabs!
A little bit too slow here. We need to catch.
We love Fabio. We do.
You can see that gap visible. There will be no slipstream to help. Tell you what, Infratic touching the concrete rumble strip on the inside.
No. Keep it calm, Fabs.
But not always will you.
Come on.
No, that's critical. You've got to try and get as close as you can without making that work. A little bit of scrapage against the wall there from Punju.
Joe on Punju. What's going on with Punju here then?
The pass and quite happy to go out there and make the pass.
I've genuinely really started getting into watching IndyCar races, and I wholeheartedly encourage you guys to as well. Watch the highlights, watch everything on YouTube. It's some brilliant racing. Cars sound great, I think they look great. The camera angles that like part of the broadcast are fantastic. Like I really enjoy it, and if you just love racing in general, you'll find yourself getting into it as well.
Start, isn't it? And you can see in the
so that being constant, being on the point with the straps, you nail it. Yeah, this is it. Obviously, you know, fuel. The thing I was saying earlier about the Indy 500, these cars like pretty much flat out for such
battle. So it's all about
an extended period of time.
Oversteer, but if you do it even just a millimeter too much on that weight track,
engineering.
So it's
unreal.
That aerodynamic versus mechanical grip, and you nearly saw him in the barrier right there to demonstrate it.
Good grief.
Off the wall at 4, getting a tag on in with the rear tyre, that rear right, and is able to hold it steady enough. That weight jack.
Because it is like you're talking about such minute, like little changes here.
Jacks up the right rear tyre and makes it maybe less contact to the ground.
How is the audio, by the way? Is it all good?
the more
Could
that you click through with that weight jacker, the less contact patch you have.
I know my microphone's fine, but can you hear the cars and stuff enough?
Too much, and you lose the knife edge and you spin.
Yeah, for sure. It's also about unloading the other tires. So you want to put a load of load on certain tires, and what happens is it creates a diagonal
So
effect.
many
you put
people,
a lot of pressure
like...
on that front left tire.
I know, obviously, this is the game, but that's the insane thing about the genuine Indy 500 is the number of people that are there watching it.
So, as you said, just a hydraulic system. It's a click of a button on the steering wheel. A very ingenious system, very old school. I love it. And it's only done by 1 millimeter at a time, or if not 2 millimeters if you're feeling lucky. But on a track like this, it can revolutionise the handling of a car. But it can lead to some aerodynamic imbalance as well. If you lift up a car, you get more airflow under the car, and that can create a load of unforeseen effects. So it's all about risk versus reward. That is the case in Indianapolis all the time.
Greedy me. Seeing that risk versus reward.
That is some
there,
flowing lots.
Chase down Punju at this point. They are all starting to suddenly understand. Tyres aren't going to be as good as what they started on the first 10 laps, and they've just got themselves on to lap 20, so they're almost a tenth of the way through this.
Yeah, I wonder how many tyre stops this is going to end up being.
How are those tyres going to hold up? Because tyre wear is a very important factor now in this year's Creator Series 500. A lot more of a case of how do you manage your tyres as you go about, and critically, how you manage pit entry.
For sure. You don't want to get a timing penalty for speeding in the pits, but you also lose the most amount of time during the pit stop cycle, and there's the most amount of potential to lose time if you play it too cautious. We've seen it every single year in IndyCar. Someone does the roll of the dice and gets the wrong number, as they say. So it'll be interesting to see who takes it flat out. I think drivers will be
I want this game now.
And playing the game to hope that
I
the
knew
pit
this would
stops are under
happen
caution at some point, because it's a high pressure scenario and one of the highest speed entries.
The thing, you know, having iRacing, Le Mans, and this, that, at your disposal.
It very much is, and it's not a case that you can just slow it down off the line.
I love it.
On the marks, you actually got to go 7 or 8 grid stalls down to go and make that progress, and then when you rejoin back off of the pits, as is being demonstrated by Osoy, you have to exit on the exit of turn 2 to get back up to speed. It takes you half a lap before you're hitting the same speeds of everybody else.
Indeed, yeah, and just with going into the pits, changing tyres, you won't have that same confidence either.
I gotta admit, I do like the...
handles. You have more fuel on board all of a sudden.
I'm not sure what they call it, like the halo screen or whatever it is that you want to call it. Like, I rate it. I think it looks quite good.
To adapt to it. Adaptability every single time in motorsports is the key word. And some drivers will be able to just push it right out of the pits and can gain half a second.
Senna getting married tomorrow.
Overtaking during the pit stop cycle is all important.
It very
was a nice move.
Charles Windley, who will have better tyres than Yellow Vision, unlaps himself. He is the first of those drivers a lap down. Normally,
I feel you. So it is coming to console, and it is apparently going to be this year. But
caution period, John.
I don't know if I can wait.
To unlap themselves, they have a really good shot of getting themselves back into this race.
It is called the Creator Series for a reason. We want content left, right and centre. For the moment, we are getting it in the form of clean racing. I tell you what, some overtakes here. Whoa, emphatic.
Fabio!
No! It's going to be
Fabs!
Bang into the wall. He just about saves it there. He saves it with the stack trying to unlap himself. Oh my goodness, that could have been a 10-car issue, and they're going to throw the caution for it.
I will say, that was a 10 out of 10 commentator's curse by myself, so I'll take that one. That's a crowning achievement of this race for a commentator.
Oh, damn!
Racing up until the point where two go for the same bit of tarmac, so that was just a clear case of just two lines converging.
Oh!
A little bit of understeer on the inside.
Oh, I don't know if that was Fabs or not.
You can do as the driver on the inside and outside. As soon as you touch, that's it. You're a passenger at these speeds.
You absolutely are. Now that is going to be a huge moment here, because that has happened right before the first pit stop window, John. And that means everybody who is anybody is going to be jumping down in and making that.
So this is a replay, by the way.
Stack, being really aggressive, really trying to.
Okay, so he's going on the inside.
anything of anything.
So he's
moving
gained.
forward in the right way. You can get down low, and you can see here two.
Oh, little wobble.
Almost onto the grass.
You see it. It was just a little wobble.
And somehow, some way, gets that back up the other way to move on through. And with the damage of it, normally you get the steering wheel, which is slanted to one side to deal with the car's banking. Ultimately, that was the steering wheel pointing straight after some damage.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, first sort of proper safety car.
Those cars vaguely pointing in a straight line. I have to say credit to the drivers there just for recovering that. It could have been a spectacular crash. And I think it's just a case of, once again,
I love Fabio, but I kind of wanted that to get really, really messy.
Throwing everything off. And
like,
so you
really
get that
messy.
patch of concrete on the inside. It generates.
Go on, Johnny. What an accent.
Through your wheel, just knocking the force feedback off a little bit is enough to unsettle the car. And with such low aerodynamics on the cars for an oval, that's what just throws them out. Once the car is going sideways, you don't have the aerodynamics anymore. It just contributes to the crash at that point. A tricky scenario for the drivers. But hey, everybody's still vaguely in one piece, so we'll get back to racing in just a bit.
We absolutely will, and we are in the cycle now as pit stops are now occurring.
Jake's a
here,
good
ladies and gentlemen, but what a wonderful privilege.
I mean,
to be
fair,
they
both are.
500 over to all of you, and really that was a
do you know what, I go on to a lot of the guys that sort of involved in the broadcasting and comms do brilliantly, whether it's the iRacing or the rally, or
go out there, how much
they do brilliant.
Drivers were not afraid there to go 3 wide.
But I think also it's just drivers noticing that they have to be respectful at these speeds. You know, a lot of drivers in Creator Series used to maybe slower cars or just different type of circuits, and it's actually great to see that the drivers are sort of adapting to the rules and how everything should be. And as you can see,
here we go, wave of pit stops now,
or exiting the pits, I should say.
And there are also drivers that I know who did not take the pit, and there was only one of note, and that is VM Knoller, who is currently out there.
There you go.
Is your
apparently
leader now
Knoller has not pitted.
Reska second, Mia Rose third, Brendan Hyperstar.
Well, there you go. You're in the lead. Who was it that was rooting for him? Was it you, Yoshi?
I'm Presley Sora, Josh Merrin, and Mia Rose. So that's going to be a few places lost.
They're in the lead,
try and gain that back out in the
for obvious reasons,
as it were, as the drivers now begin their unlapping process here to get back onto the leading lap, and it will have to take a little bit of a while out there at the moment, and that, John's, going to be really critical because Asoy here is 6 laps down.
Yeah, I mean, it's the case of just having a bad start to the race. If you get an incident straight at the start, then you will be laps down, and you can start to SBM Knoller in the pits there, just deciding a lap later, so just wanting to go that offset of fuel. The good news is that it's only about, well, 40 seconds under a cautious lap, just trying to unlap yourself. So those 6 laps are gained back quite quickly, especially with the other cars going at a slower pace.
Yeah. Oh, there's a wreck. There's a wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
bottom left.
Oh! Going in it here. And it's Smiler Bull who's there. Chesnoid's been caught up. And in front. Oh,
no.
Fabio in it. Out there. And all sorts of trouble.
Not surprised to see Fabio in it. What's going on here?
Out there. It's going to be one of big note to go and say someone has tried to get through and unlap themselves. It is Smiler Bull out there who has been driving at a rate of knots a lap down and has caught Fabio in the middle of the road.
Oh, God. Oh!
Unfortunate. And then you've got another car getting vaulted. By, trying to unlap.
Damn.
Not having the great start of the race. So, yeah, that's the danger. That's the danger of when you're trying to unlap yourself, is you've got to be really careful of who's in front of you. And yes, mindful here. We're going to see this perspective. This is going to be terrifying.
This is still a replay
because the car is just probably going to.
What's he doing though?
Where are you going?
What?
Where's he going?
That's an interesting one. So basically, I think possibly was distracted by something in, let's say, his live stream, and has unfortunately not seen the car in front. Has turned quite literally into the car in front of him.
Wow. Well, that tells you all you need to know. There's another spin there. That's the M-Gal.
Oh my God.
Gone around there.
They're literally under safety car, like.
This is meant to be a safety car out there, and the M-Gal has done it all on her own and has just locked up the tyres, being a little bit too aggressive on the brakes.
Oh my goodness me.
Play, Greedy Me
That was
the
craziest crash.
Any further contact.
Like,
so
he just went straight in the back of Fabs. Oh, okay. Locked it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then, yeah. Can you believe it? You want to get restarted, but you don't check that there's a car approaching, and then
my God, they were lucky. I tell you what, they were lucky to be able to get across and into the pits.
That's just a case of misreading again. You just got to be so cautious under the caution scenario. You never know when the driver's going to have to brake in front of you. So it's the take to relax as a driver, but you can't afford to take your eye off the ball, quite literally.
Now, we've got chat here up and available as well, and that's quite an interesting thing that's been noted.
I bet.
In real life, these cars have battery, but some streams believe there's battery and others think that there's not. I would say, get talking to those streamers and tell them to map a hybrid button.
Yep, it is available, and if you're not using it, you're losing the power, as they say. So that could be very, very interesting for overtakes. It could also explain why we've seen some drivers dropping down the order effectively, is because they don't have the additional use of that boost. And even though it's not as powerful as in Formula 1, let's say, it's still the good old-fashioned, as I like to call it, curves.
Yeah, I love a bit of curves. There's been a lot of talk happening, actually, about
it's your job to take every
like Formula 1 and what's going to happen. There's a large train of thought thinking it's going to go back to quite similar to 2013. So kind of DRS with a sort of kind of KERS type thing.
More of these styles of cautions that come out, the more of them that
like they're calling it like a bit of a sort of token hybrid system in there.
A lot of effort, and you're talking about this being
your boost, but they're using a clean fuel.
Is it 5 or 6, or maybe you're going to
I hope it goes that way, if I'm honest. I really do.
Right, we've got a good stint in. Let's try
I love those cars. Honestly, 2012 and 2013 were two amazing years.
They don't have the guarantees of it, because those who have been gaining want to gain more. Those who have lost,
a Le Mans race, Indy. I mean,
for sure.
Love
and there's always the thing of any driver after a restart really wants to gain positions, really wants to get on with it, and so it can lead to incidents just because the drivers are trying to make up for lost time. And effectively, they have to be cautious on the restart because it can put them off stint if there isn't another caution if there's an incident. But also, if you lose your front wing and there's no caution, you're losing out like Charles Wembley was at the start.
Yeah, and Wembley doesn't want to be one losing, and basically has gone from 6th to 19th.
It's a long old, like, safety car period as well, isn't it?
Get that lap back, get back into position, and it's true when we put it like this. We take a look at Josh's corner, who looks very, very happy and excited and animated under this safety car period, this caution period, and he's looking at this thinking, we've got a really good chance to start jumping up the order here, getting ourselves involved and moving on. 20th position at this point in time, a gain of 11. You're a third of the way through the field, and you've done it in way less than a third of the laps.
It's certainly positive to have that.
Yeah, this is it. There was some cars which were like 6 laps down or something,
confidence, but I'm sure we'll be saying, like everyone is saying, it's very early days in the race. Arguably, you want to peak in terms of confidence and pace toward the second half of the race. You don't really want to have all of that pace at the start, because if it goes wrong or you start losing pace, then at the end of the race where it counts, you won't have that extra little bit to go and get that victory.
That extra little bit here is going to be so important that they look around. And last year it was all about how the weight jacker was used by Brendan Hyperstar on those insane defences against the likes of Alex Gillen, for example.
The right thing to do.
Series 500. I think it's going to be a very different race. But those first 4 to 5
love to you,
laps
Poochie.
I think are deal makers out there. If you get anything longer, 6, 7, 8 laps, you talking about
6, 7, sorry.
Getting done early.
won't.
There is Presley
Mate,
Sora,
my
who is
pleasure.
in number 98, currently in that 4th
I love how I'm
position,
look at my phone because
started
I'm like,
third,
oh,
and I would
notification,
say
and it's going to
would
be
feel
the
very
email about
comfortable
the
out there at
subscription.
this
Like,
point, noticing
nah.
that this has been a very, very strong start to this race. where
Mate,
the
it's what it's
front of the
about,
field
eh?
Have been
It's what it's
very
about.
well behaved.
Now you get to watch the whole
Showing
thing
the
with
pace
me
and
ad free.
consistency for
That's
the
what it's
moment, the
about.
top 5, and they've
Although
just
I've run
settled
out of
into the race.
Lucasade.
They know exactly that the sort of the race
Got a
isn't
Diet
won
Coke,
right now,
though.
but it can very easily be lost. And so I think what you were saying about the overtakes is definitely
I
true,
really
in that
need
if they
to
don't
go,
get it
like,
done within
grocery
5 laps, they
shopping.
settle in, because
I've got the
dangers of
weirdest
overheating
dinner
your tyres
tonight.
and going for an
Honest to
overtake around the
God.
outside and running out
I
of
have
the road
got
are
such
real,
like
especially
a
if you
boy
get onto the
dinner
marbles, onto the
tonight.
dirty,
It's
bit of the road as the race
Like,
progresses.
it's so
It increases the danger.
it's so weird.
And you can't
I've
really afford to take that risk if you're in the top
I've
5.
literally I've
No,
got
you
from
can't
the
take that
freezer
risk, and that is going to
2
be
burgers,
really important there.
right?
So it's going to be a case of
2 burgers, and I'm gonna be
on
doing
up
it with
and
rice.
say, right, this is going
That's
to
dinner
be
tonight.
where they are going to be setting
Yeah.
themselves into
Just
this
burgers
race.
and
So
rice.
lap 31
Like,
here
yeah.
of 200.
I
they've
need
got
to go
stick going.
food
And
shopping
those who are having
tomorrow.
to get their laps back,
Like,
this is going to be important to
desperately.
note here. Those who are getting those laps back or taking an extra bit of fuel, those who are coming in, getting extra stops under this yellow, are going to be able to be on a better strategy than those who are out there not willing to risk sacrificing the track position. Those who are running around getting their laps back are also going to lose a lot of fuel in the way that they are trying to get their laps back.
Yeah, still better than being like 6 laps down though. So it's a case of sacrificing a
gonna
little
sit
bit
up
to
for
gain
a
a lot. So they'll just be plodding around out there. You could actually see one driver just pull into the pits just before the pace car comes in.
Probably not the
to get the
best way to
but it looks
sit.
like we are about to get going
Okay.
maybe on next lap then.
Next lap. Lights.
Looks like we
lights
are
on
close.
top of the truck.
Yeah,
Which
proper.
means,
But I'm
that
gonna
at the
like
moment
put some
they
like
will just
buffalo
have to
hot
wait
sauce
and
on
be
it as
patient
well.
before they
Like
have
real
themselves
boy
go back
dinner
out there
tonight.
And set. Now the lights will go off here on the pace truck, and we'll have a
I mean,
chance to
I
go
could
back
get
to it.
takeaway.
This is Chesnoy here trying to work
could
his
get
way to the back
takeaway.
of the group, and he manages to do so quite
It feels a
effectively
bit
out
wrong.
there as he will
Little
see a
driver's
couple
pitting.
more.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
takeaway
we're
on
gonna
a
see lot of them in there.
Thursday.
So it's Snore Brunch, it's Ryan L83. It's,
Oh, Poochie, you're such a bad influence. I love it.
maxing the fuel strap
I
from this
love it.
point onwards as far as they
Ooh,
can.
maybe some
A lot
like.
surprise from Hayden Gullis. He's
I
done
mean,
it
look,
every
I
race
need
in
to
the
lose
Trader
some
Series when
kilos,
he's been
okay?
out of,
That is.
out of road order.
This
as
is
they
too
say.
much.
So, yeah,
This
if
is
you're
too
at the back of
much.
the pack or midfield of the
But-
pack, you kind of want to just say, okay,
Oh,
hasn't
some
gone
fried
well. I'll
chicken.
just drop to the back,
Ooh.
less risk in terms of contact and in terms of damage at the restart. And then the strategy is
Sounds better than
So for
burger
Timo
and
Werner,
rice,
Chesnoy,
isn't it?
And anybody toward the back.
Mm.
This is just a case of let's
Some
see
nice,
what happens and let's
you know,
see
a
who
few
gets
nice
into incidents. And let's
crispy
see
kind of
if we can gain
fries
anything out of
with
this.
it
They
as
certainly
well.
have the pace.
Ooh.
It's
Here's
whether
a
they
question
can
then.
Find some clean air to exploit.
This will
Now,
generally be
reminder here on
intriguing.
this restart, you can't
If you're gonna
overtake
have
on the
fried
left-hand
chicken,
side, you have to
so like
overtake on the right.
KFC,
So
but not
anyone
from
who falls
KFC,
foul of it is going to get a
what
black flag
sauce
penalty if they
would you
overtake
have with
the
it?
wrong side on the jump
Like
onto the
mayonnaise,
restart.
ketchup,
So that's
maybe
going
a
to be
mustard
case
or
of,
like a
getting
a
itself out
buffalo
there and
sauce,
saying,
a hot
"Look,
sauce,
how
like
does this one
is there like a
set?"
go-to
So
that you have?
This will be, this is
Maybe a
gonna
bit of
be where they
barbecue
just
sauce.
try
I mean,
and
great-
set
yeah,
themselves
okay,
up.
gravy is
Kyoto
gonna be-
will take the first restart
gonna be a good
of
win.
this race on lap
K-
33.
KFC
Here at
gravy
200,
is-
gets
ooh.
the jump and
Barbecue
launch all the
sauce,
way
yeah.
to the wall on the right-hand
I've got a
side.
little
Green
trick
flag
for you,
back
by the
out,
way,
we're underway.
Poochie.
There's already trouble in the back.
Ooh, trouble in the
Piedmont's
back.
been run over.
Oh!
Incredible scenes. Things.
Oh!
Oh,
One in the
huge
pits.
amount of contact.
Massive instant. One car flipping through the pits. It's Tiamat Marder.
No, it's not.
Just as I was just saying,
No.
I think Mia Rose in the it was Josh Merrin tagging the barrier there in P3.
Not Ben.
Everything going wrong for drivers at the moment as there's a challenge for the lead there. Mia Rose going through. Reska Kyoso relinquishes after a few laps.
You
in
did,
the
you
lead.
called it.
And
You
just
said
saying,
someone was
I'm
gonna go
just
flying.
going to try and stay out of trouble right now.
The front is the clearest place to be.
Punju's just lost
and
a few
we've seen
places.
that driving off. It's
Oh,
Punju in trouble
that's
now
why.
on the right-hand side, who's trying to limp it through. Contact through 3 with Sloppy
Let's have a look
Joe
here.
has ultimately put
There's
that one
Punju.
into
Oh,
the tag
Punju!
as front
Oh.
and centre. It's a case of Sloppy Joe not getting the turn in that was required, and so that puts more troubles into
there's
perspective.
2.
Big wreck on the front. They're going to have to throw a caution for
Oh,
it.
wow. Yeah, this has got to be a
This might have
caution.
been the replay of what happened, but I'm not quite
Oh, I
sure.
dunno.
No, we're still live, and
No,
yeah,
this is back live.
it's
This is back
huge amount
live.
of cars on track at the moment. Possibly a lot of people managing to get back to pit lane, however, so we have to wait and see some more debris getting flicked up as well.
Here's
And
a
we see
replay.
the replay. I think this was of the last lap here. So Punju's
Okay,
already
so
in the
oh!
and that is Hayden Gillis. I think that's Ryan at 83.
Is that
as
Hayden?
well.
Oh, don't tell me that's Ryan.
For Hayden,
Oh,
he
Ryan.
put himself in the attenuator, so that's going to be really, really tough.
Here's
to
the replay.
get through and
It's on board
navigate,
with
so that's
Hayden,
a
right?
Really tough moment. You can see he's trying to
Oh.
avoid, bang, catches the attenuator. Really tough.
Yeah, very lucky to
You
not
can bring
have
that back,
a
no?
direct full impact on the front there with
No?
a very big glancing blow, but yeah.
Oh,
Avoidable.
my
He's been in this
God.
situation
Oh.
before, and I think he's just collected by a car behind him, not
Oh,
checking
wow.
up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people will see.
This
no
is
yellow
still a
flag.
replay.
We're going to just drive this one as it
This
were.
is still
now,
a
on the
replay.
restart here, this is going to be critical
Oh, my
for
God.
Smiler
Oh,
Bull's
my
race
God.
car.
Oh,
Trying to avoid
my
it, and
God.
Tim Atmard, look at that, goes flipping through the pits.
That's got to be terrifying. Nearly collecting the timing tower there as well was Tim Bardick. So that could have been a very expensive repair bill for the Indianapolis circuit. That's for sure. I don't think I've ever had an incident like that.
That's
so
insane.
terrifying always as you see a car going into the
That
pit
is
lane,
absolutely
not on their
insane.
four
I
wheels,
love
but,
it.
Thankfully. Into
Oh,
racing
yeah,
technology
anyway, back
like
to my...
that.
I've got a
So
little tip
all is
for you,
good,
Poochie,
but
right?
Via Rose, I tell you
KFC
what, it's
gravy,
turning a huge
amazing,
amount of
elite,
pace at the
right?
moment. 1 second is the gap.
Now,
George
years
Merritt
and years
has got
ago,
blocked as well with
I'm
that
talking
tag
like when
early
I
on
was a
into
kid,
the
so like 20 odd years
Yeah,
ago.
so Merrin now
The
has
gravy,
got
I'd argue,
five,
was a
the
bit
rest
better.
of the second, Merrin third, Brendan Hyperstone
And the
fourth,
reason for the
Preston
difference is
Dora
because I
is the one
think
who's
they
got
had
his
to
on
reduce
97
the amount
now,
of
looking
salt
away
that was in it.
inside of turn one on
And like some of
Mansell,
obviously the
below
other
50,
additives and this and the other.
champion with
So you know when you go to KFC, you get like the little sachets of salt to put on your fries and this, that and the other. With your tub of gravy, put just one of those salt sachets in, mix it up with one of your fries.
Aerotech challenging though as well.
I'm telling
so I think
you.
the Stag under pressure
It takes
really
it from like an
Aerotech has
8.5
come
like to a
on
9.95. Just that little extra kind of like, oh yeah,
another tap with
sensational.
The wall, 97 twice in the wall. A little bit of damage.
It's just a little extra kind of salty flavours.
Right there, 10 out of 10. But
like genuinely, like you know, for the rookies maybe half a sachet, but for your boy here, yeah, full sachet, get it in. It just adds another little bit. I'll be honest with you, Poochie, right? If I get KFC and I'm in the mood, I'll down a bucket. Honestly, give me an 8-piece bucket with the fries, and I'll yeah, gone. It will be a chicken fucking graveyard in that fucking thing. Oh, like if I'm that hungry and I'm in that zone, oh man,
such a big effect around here. You can't get close.
finger fucking licking good.
Trying to find a
I
different
do
line
like.
to
I actually
spot.
quite like
It
the
is so crucial to get that
some of
clean
the
air on the
burgers
front
from
wing to get some turn
KFC.
in.
Like
And when you don't,
I'll rate
effectively, you're
them.
just getting
Like was
heaps
it
of
like the
understeer.
Big
And
Daddy
that's where you
box
can see a
meal?
car drift
That's
right
a
into the
banger.
barrier. So
That's
quickly
an
on these,
amazing,
big
nice
trains
burger,
racing.
bit of chicken, get your gravy, some fries. Like ooh. I've not had a zinger for ages. Is it good? I like the ones as well where you got like a little hash brown kind of action going on. You know what I mean? You get an amazing sort of piece of chicken in there, like little hash brown, little cheese. Oh, I'm literally salivating.
Trying to push, and Tom 97 again, getting as close as he dares with the barriers out of
I
turn.
might have to get
Just gotta
chicken
be
tonight,
really
then.
choice about it. The
Oh,
stag is
Poochie.
really hoping for a chance.
You
there
bad
to
man.
just get a little
Thank
bit
you.
of clearance. And I've never seen the stag so pegged in
I
all
don't
my
feel
life.
guilty because technically it
Stag
wasn't
is
me
really,
that decided
flipping
it.
the wheel
It
on
was
this
you.
one, as they say. They're actually
That's how
trying
I'm
this
gonna
time.
justify it.
Encephalosis, no answer right now. Maybe a bit of hybrid boost deployed
Hold that
here,
line.
and
Hold
they're
that
just
line on the
wheel to
inside.
wheel, sort of.
Send
Rear
it!
wheel
Ta!
will go through turn one right now. Encephalosis kind of forced to back out of that one, but gets the overspeed on the exit. Will it be a defence? Stag still on the inside.
He's
but
gone back
Encephalosis
across into the
able to
inside.
slam the
Okay.
double shot on that one and maintains position.
Just got better drive, much better drive, and that was quite telling actually in the way that that set itself out. All of this sets itself to a group where they are basically chasing up the group led by Presley Sora at this moment in
So I
6th
don't
place.
know
So
iRacing
this
that
is
much,
what
but
they're
do you
all
get
trying
like
to
quite a
to
lot
right now,
of
just trying to make sure that they
customization?
can pull themselves into the group.
You know, when it
They
comes
can get
to,
a run, and this is where it gets interesting. A 3-lap down
liveries
Smileable,
and this,
trying
that,
to
and
get
the
around
other, and like
Presley Sora
numbers
here.
and.
That's a difference in tyres.
Is there quite a lot that you can do?
Overheating. Oh, in the wall. I think that was encephalosis and just a little bit of a tap. No, it was B-Roy indeed in the wall. Just a bit of a tap.
I really
and,
want to.
that
I really
is
want to
just
get
devastating
a
if you
proper
give yourself
PC.
damage once again. And you can see they're checking
Like,
up a little bit. That is
the
not a
problem
good
that I've
sign.
got,
That is not good
Poochie,
at all.
is
They've
that
lost
right
already
now-
2 car lengths, and that could be a sign that there is huge, if not
I could
altering
if I
damage on the
really,
car.
really
We'll have
wanted
wait and see
to,
whether they can get back up to speed.
I could throw
Well, they're just
down
about managing
a
it.
couple
They've
of
not got
grand
full contact
on
yet,
a setup.
So it's obviously minor, not
But I
major.
don't
at
want
this
to,
point, so it's okay.
because I
Continue
like
on to
having
play
that
ball out
money
there
just
in
there.
this race
Do you
at
get what I mean?
Indianapolis.
Like,
so there is still a lot
just
that they
knowing
can
I've got that
try
as the
and
safety
manage and
there.
understand, but they will also know that this is potentially going to be one that
But-
either is a long game or a short game.
As
don't
you
wanna
have
be in a
seen
position
in the
where
last
this
10
one gets
minutes,
affected
I am
in the
terrible
latter stages
at giving
out
in
there.
to
So they're just trying to
temptation.
settle themselves in once more, find that rhythm
Oh.
around this circuit, because this is
I-
one
if-
as
if-
well
if
where
I-
you will see
if I
the
had
line
more
slightly
space.
move a little bit. You don't want to be out on the outside too often here, John.
I
because
say
you
that,
don't
but
want
I've
the
got-
JR Hildebrand mode.
I've got a massive
Indeed,
sofa
that's
behind me,
terrifying.
right?
You do not want to
I
have
don't
anything-
think
to be fair,
I
there's so
have
many
sat
incidents that I could
on that
reference where it's just,
sofa
on
for
the dirty
at least
line
6
or
months.
just a compromised line just
I
fighting
haven't,
with another car.
because
and it
when
can just
I'm
get away with
chilling
you so
out, I
quickly.
sit
Even
here.
just
I
the
want,
dirty air
like-
that we've referenced.
So I've
If you
got camera
cross,
here,
let's
I've
say
got a
you go in
vertical
shallow
monitor
to the turn to
here,
get some clean
I've
air
got
on the
another
inside,
monitor
and the car in
here,
front of you goes,
PC
to
there,
the inside as
lighting,
well.
I've got a
You can
big
just
ass
rush
TV
wide with that,
here.
and there's
So on the
much
nights that I'm just
technicality
chilling
to
out,
driving and racecraft
I'm normally
with these
watching
cars that
something on
it
here,
isn't
I'm
visible
doing
to
some
the eye,
editing
but
on
when
these
it goes
screens.
wrong, you can
Like,
see
I'm not
exactly
sitting on the
where they
sofa.
have gone wrong
And the
Josh's
problem is
corner.
that sofa
Just
is
trying to make
fantastic.
up some positions
It's
here,
a
but
three-seater
again,
with
you're
a
just,
chaise
in sort
longue.
of
Like,
that
it's a
punching through
great
the air,
piece of
and they've got
furniture
no driver in front of
that will
them
last
within, I
me,
think, 2
you know, it's
seconds of
lasted
looking
me
at that
really
gap.
well.
And so they're just having to
But
try
it's
and
also
work
the
together
size of a
to try
sim
and get
rig.
back up the pace. But when the gap is 2 or 3 seconds, I mean, what can you do really? It's a huge punch in the air that you have to do. To try
Then,
and
like,
get any
if I
speed.
have people round,
I would look around at
I
this
can't
and
exactly
say
bring a
this
girl
has been
back,
a
can
wonderful
I?
run
And
out
say,
there.
oh,
That
let's
is the
settle in
most
and watch a
Americana
movie.
car
I'll
I've
sit
ever
here,
seen
you
from
sit
El
in the
Taco
sim
Man,
rig.
who is directly in front, and I would say
You know, it's
that he
not-
has got the power of Freedom Eagle
It's
units
not the
pushing him
greatest.
along.
That's definitely an extra 5 brake.
I don't know,
horsepower.
maybe
didn't
she's
think
into
that
it,
into
I don't
account.
know.
They are
Maybe I've just
perfectly
got to
fine. They
choose
will catch
better.
the leaders at some point in
But
this race.
you get,
Will it be
you
behind
get
this
this
unsafety
is
car?
why
We'll gloss over that.
I'm
fact.
looking at I'm
Side by
looking
side,
at
there's Steve
moving
Gooden on the outside,
If
and,
I could
that is
move
TK,
to
who is
somewhere
there
that
in
either
the
has like a
position behind
bigger
Sainz going
living
next.
room,
This is the race on right now
or
for
the
11th
bedroom
and
is
12th
bigger,
at this moment with
so I could maybe set things up in there, and then maybe a PC rig, then it works, but finding that place.
Let's push a bit of side by side. Here comes Aerotech. Down low
But,
to go and
yeah.
get the position through 3.
But then it's
And
also
Ancelotti
that whole thing that I know that
will have to
iRacing and Le
yield
Mans are
that
coming
one.
to
He's got
console
no
this
other
year
choice for
anyway.
it, because that is a lot
So,
more pin down
do you
on
just
that
wait it
inside
out
right
a
now
bit?
for the Canadian.
Yeah,
Oh.
Encephalosis' defence sort of going for the high line, not really defending too much, isn't really
Decisions,
working
eh?
out, just dropping position. I think
Decisions,
once again for
decisions.
Encephalosis, consistency is there, but the absolute speed isn't, and it's just.
Oh, I
you
thought
know,
it was
showing
this year.
in terms of getting overtaken, and you could see there are sparks at the front of this
Oh.
train just
I thought it was
maximising
this
the
year.
exit, just getting so close to the barrier. But once again, without that car in close proximity in front, even if you do a perfect lap, you're still losing a little bit of time. So it's so important to not get out of tune with the other
26,
drivers.
27.
Vivian Fox, who is down 2 laps, sees a Soy, who is down 2 laps, who goes by. And then got Enel Stroopwafel.
I'm hoping it's more than 26 rather than 27.
And Cephalosis will see another one go by. This time it's
but this is the other thing, right?
Cars down in pit lane at this point.
Even if it does come to console,
with the tough days they've had,
it's still going to be better on a wheel.
Josh's corner is another.
So again, this is my point.
What
like,
happened was there a little bit of a moment to running wide.
Oh,
and, the barrier. No, that is going to hurt.
That's a big
And
smash.
critically, it was at the back of the field where no one was coming around. So no
here we go,
safety
another
car
replay.
has been called for that lucky avoidance there.
That is
down
a
low.
big
They're
hit.
just seeing that
Oh,
one
did
right
he
there.
lose it?
Oh,
Did they
I
lose
think
it?
They lost it on the exit of the corner. We'll have to see a different camera angle. But I could see them.
It looked
going
like
sideways.
they lost it then as well.
Oh, would that have been Snowbrunch there?
This is
And
still a
this is one of
replay.
Snowbrunch's out. I think it was.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
this
let's
is a
have look.
replay again.
Yeah,
Oh,
just getting oversteer. And,
Oh, yeah, I can hear. I heard it.
The grass there on the exit and into the barrier.
Oh, well, sometimes it happens, and there's not much that can be
Damn.
done.
Oh.
Brendan Hyperstar
Here we go.
In, and that is going to be.
Oh, bang!
Oh,
Ouch.
Good night.
oh, that's a sickening hit.
Yeah, I hope they let go of their wheel before that incident happens, because that is going to be some bruised wrists. I can
It's
tell
not
you that
looking
much.
great for the
But it's
CS
terrifying.
F1
Even
guys,
in
is
a simulator,
it?
it's terrifying when you start heading toward that wall and there's nothing you can do after such a little mistake. You don't expect it, and so when it happens, it really hits hard.
It does. Brendan Hyperstar now is going to get the clearance away, and he's going to know how important that clearance is going to be as he realises that he's going to be almost a lap down now, and his strategy now differs from those here, and trying to get a little bit of an offset here on the strategy. I wonder whether this is to try and get track position.
Caught
get
the way
back
through.
up to
God,
Mia
flying.
Rose.
Absolutely
I
flying.
think so. You've got to do something different. You've got to try and use that pace, because, you know, in qualifying they were kind of the fastest drivers, or if you want to argue that, in the group of fastest drivers. So definitely a little bit more pace than Mia Rose, I think. So there's a confidence thing as well. If you're not confident in how the car is running in dirty air, you want to pit, try and get some clean air, set some fast laps, hopes that it works.
Well,
to your
Tommy
advantage.
97's not doing
And
too
now
bad.
for Brendan
P15.
Hyperstar,
Oh, here we
crucially,
go.
you have to hope the caution comes out to sort of reset that strategy.
Oh, I think Josh
and
Merrin's
get
in the
back
pit.
those
Okay,
laps
that's why.
that you are effectively
Was
giving
when
away.
he was like
perhaps.
dropping down a little bit,
Now
but
Josh
yeah,
Merrin
that
makes
sense.
the call to jump down in and make the stop necessary as he counts that one just after lap 50 on lap 52.
How many cars are
Taking the
left?
Stop and having a good run of things at the moment then is Josh Merrin. He'll be happy with it. We've got more deciding that it's their time to dive down in and make their stop. Trundling down pit lane right now is El Taco Man. Then looking for a nice run to say, look, this is how we're going to go. And sometimes you do need a bit of clean air to go and help you out. And
So here's
more
my
than
question.
ever,
If
you've
you
got
absolutely
tactical.
total
Wesker
it,
then from second place.
are you out, or is it a
So
case
Roscoe
of you've got like an
deciding not
extended
to
wait in the
respond,
pits or
but
something?
just, I think, going to the end of their fuel stint. So that would say that Mia Rose has just managed to carry on the fuel a little bit longer.
You might be able to let
whether
me
that's
help
extra
with
pace,
that,
whether that's
Poochie.
lifting because of the extra pace, not quite sure. But I think everyone else will be worried how long Mia Rose is being able to go at the moment, as that is Reese making up positions as well there, just trying to get back into the race. And I think that was the overtake on Infratic,
Because obviously Fabio smashed his
Reese's
car up a
pace is
bit.
very strong, just unlucky in the opening phase of the race.
Right, okay.
Unlucky is the key, and Brendan Hyperstar.
So you'll likely end up quite a few laps down then.
What it's about. There's a car slow
Okay.
and stopped. Asoy stopped. Asoy stopped on the racing line out there, and he has just taken the
Why?
toe back to pit. So Asoy getting in trouble, and not
Oh,
enough.
what's
It was
happened
done
here?
too quickly for a caution to come.
Oh,
Just tapping
bang!
the barrier outside of one, a bit reminiscent of the same incident here. And on to, I think that's the second time they've had that incident, to
Oh,
be
gee.
fair. So
Okay,
something not going
okay.
right through
That's-
one,
okay, that's
something
cool.
really on the
It
inside
means
of
that you're
turn
not
one,
like
not
completely
working
out
to the
then.
likings of how
Like
they
you
set
obviously
up
need
the
like
car with the,
you
weight
hope that
control
there's
with
another
their
yellow
driving
to
style,
try and then
because
make
that
up
is
a little bit, but you
complete
know.
repeat of what happened.
Yeah, it is very tough right now, and so this is going to be a very important run. Then as Mia Rose comes in and
I'm well into this.
And say,
I'm genuinely really enjoying this.
I am just going to look and say I've done a really good stint.
God, do I buy a
now need to look
PC?
at my fuel game. I now need to understand where everyone is around me and what sort of advantage.
No, if I'm going to buy one thing tonight, it's chicken.
Now, what's on the
not a
infield?
PC.
Mia Rose is going
Well, not a gaming PC anyway. Like, gotta be good.
Right there, so Brendan Hyperstar will assume the net lead of the race.
When's our last race in CS?
To say, look, I have done that
too long. So I can't remember which race it was. That was it.
He's got some strategy against that.
So
how clever Brendan Hyperstar is
in the last race
to make sure that the car
of the season. So yeah, China. So you know the last race in
of
the season.
And sort of
like, was it season 11 that's just gone? I was driving in that. I was so ill. I had to message Hayden like a few hours before and just be like, bro, I can't, like, I'm gonna puke on stream. I was a mess.
You can gain pace.
So
where other are losing out. So it will be mid to away through this race where we
obviously you're aware of this Saturday, Poochie.
Making the
red versus blue
as well,
with obviously Ben and Alex.
Pace still there.
Yep, so there's the pace. Currently, Andrew Petty now leads out right here with.
Well, the teams will be announced tomorrow.
Currently, then with 3.6
Who
over
knows?
Presley Sora, B-Roy currently up into third as it goes. Josh Merrin here in 20th and trying to get through one of the earlier takers then of those who came down in and made service for it and is effectively.
That looked like they was getting close to the win.
So it's really going to try and work. Presley Sora then.
Who says I'm driving, Darth?
Is going to dive down.
Josh Merrin just having a huge amount. I think an overshoot.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Teams get announced tomorrow.
Steel Horse live. They're just was it?
Yeah, that's Snowbranch who has locked it up coming into the box, and I tell you what, that virtual
But if I am driving, imagine if I'm in Team Red.
They will have had to jump.
You know what I mean? Out of all of the colours, you'd like to think.
Unfortunate
that I would end up in Team Blue.
So yeah,
you'd think so, wouldn't you?
The good news is you didn't overshoot completely.
But let's see if I'm driving first.
There is at least a little bit of a redemption right there, but definitely.
But it's a cool event. I like it. Obviously, we're kind of waiting for F1 26 for another season to really get going.
How do you choose to make your passes?
So let's hope it's sooner rather than later.
Where do you choose to allow this race to go a certain way or another out there? I know Mia Rose having troubles getting around.
These cars sound good.
And Chesnoy Gaming, and just about clears it. Here's Brendan Hyperstar now, the gap that is relied on. B-Roy now for the first time takes laps at the front of the field. It's a busy back stretch though as they work themselves around into turn 3. This is Tom 97 trying to deal with Sparks. This at the moment is a 9th and 10th place battle.
It is indeed top 10, very, very important to be in at the moment. Tom 97 again playing chicken with the barriers, but it looks like it might actually pan out at the moment. Getting the overtake here, will it pan out? I think it might. No, just defending all around the outside, getting the overspeed.
I love it when you get close racing and it's then feeding out towards the wall. It is so close.
To the tune of 4 or 5 car lengths.
It's so easily done, and Sparks gets the clearance here on a 3-lap down VM Knoller, so they get that sorted. So for Tom 97 and Sparks, they get the clearance through. You've then got the Stag, who is there immediately behind, trying to get on into play. DM Gal, currently now your leader. Now we start getting the seriousness of pit stops then, and more deciding to get it done.
Have you? What Indy 500s are amazing.
Sparks now makes the call. And also, you can
like,
see
genuinely amazing.
We also had the likes then of Big T-Man coming in and making stops.
Getting reports that Snowbranch had to retire due to a few mechanical issues, so that's very unfortunate for them. It does happen in the world of sim racing like it does in motorsport. So yeah, very unfortunate, but we hope they've enjoyed at least the time that they spent out on track. And thinking about those pit stops, it's now that you see how the race leaders have kind of gone for a very different strategy and how everyone else has been able to extend a little bit. That might help them out later on into the race if it carries
but
on.
like, honestly, IndyCar in general is great to watch.
You've got the likes of Tom 97 and Reese both in. And
you want VK not to have bad luck. Oh, what's going on?
High up into save. Ryan L83. Reflex reaction saves it.
Go on, Ryan.
I don't want to even know the face that he pulled with that one. That is absolute brinksmanship.
Oh, no, not that. Oh, that's such a small little tap.
They weren't there effectively, and I don't know how
it's a car off. Indy good in. I think we might have to throw for that. He's big off in the infield, trying to get himself moved. He good in trouble, and it's on the run to 3, and it is a coming together with a soy.
Oh, here's a replay.
Having the best of races at the moment.
Okay,
that's
damn.
Just a misread by both of them, just tagging on the inside, and they've both come off so bad.
I fucking love Street Waffle as well. Not like the street. I mean, yeah, but I mean the actual, you know, edible Street Waffles. Oh.
Where do you go? Asoy is lap traffic after all, and so would go down to the inside.
Damn.
And it's just completely whiffed.
Yeah, for Deegan, there's nothing you can do about that. They were, as you say, out of the pit lane. They were all the way to the inside. There's not much more you can do for Asoy. That's just a miscalculation. I think possibly the head not in the game after what's happened previously in the race for them. So it's very easy as a driver to get into your head, and that's possibly what's happened.
Yeah, so how are you going to find yourself with all sorts of running out there and saying, look, I'm trying to get myself involved as they all set. So this is going to be a tough
Are you actually?
So
I'm jealous of that.
Big issues going, well, what more
weirdly, I bought my dad a load of them for Christmas. My dad really loves them.
Say, look, I want to go out and make
he loves coffee. Like he loves a really nice, like a good latte, a nice caramel latte. Like it's one of his sort of little joys each day. He always likes something sweet with it, but doesn't really like biscuits, doesn't really like chocolate. So he likes like a little shortbread thing. But that's what I thought. I got him this sort of big. It's massive. It's like a box about that big, about that deep. It's just filled with like little packet Street Waffles. He fucking loved it. He genuinely loved it. Like it was class.
And you know, you're playing with fire. Every single time you do it, you are really
like one of the better presents I think I've bought.
When you get oh so close, you're now touching the concrete. That is when it only needs to go wrong once. And you've got 4 corners.
Go on, Mia.
So it's such a high probability of something going wrong that I think this is a bit of just an ego play at the moment.
That was a very determined lift there into 1, and so there is an element of fuel saving here at this point for me.
Yeah, I think,
got up to the back of Brendan Hyperstar and has figured out, well, I can sit back a little bit, I can wait, and I can.
I mean, that is the way, isn't it? In the legit Indy 500, you try and sit back a little bit of fuel saving.
The way through. Josh Merrin under pressure here. This is Andrew
until you get to a point where you know you've got to overtake,
getting the clearance and the move
because you're going to lose time otherwise. Like,
and you can see how quickly the dirty air plays effect. So Miro's might be just settling into that 5/10 of a second gap, just to say, okay, here's the sweet spot for a slipstream for fuel saving, but also where I'm not using up my tyres too much. So it could be a very clever play, as you said, Jake. So well spotted on that one, and I think that is what's going on, because that gap is literally just completely pinned at 5/10 of a second for the entire lap. Now, Charles Wimbley had a very dramatic start to the race, tagging the wall, but they've been making up positions, and that
closed that massively on the straight.
The unsafety car 4
there we go.
Is under the firing line as right now, and look how
surely here.
TK once again.
Go on, TK.
All of the roles today. He's just that talented, and Charles Wimbley, however, to the inside. TK not defending it, sadly.
No, and decides don't want to
let's it happen.
That's going to be the way it goes. Side by side behind as well as Ancephalos and Big T-Man are also getting themselves involved right now, just on the fringes.
I gotta say, like, the broadcast quality of iRacing is great. The angles are good. Like, when we actually go to watch the genuine Indy 500 in a few weeks' time, like, it will be very similar.
We've had a good green flag run. We've only had one caution. So if you're looking at this race,
the only thing that's missing is, you know, a big old fucking fly past from something and God bless America.
You can see the car from Leah Rose just drifting a little bit through the corners there, especially in the mid sort of apex of the corner. Just a little bit of the rear right.
I've always found it funny, like, with the whole milk thing as well for the winner.
So if you're trying to,
I know there's like tradition behind it, but I'm not sure after 200 laps of racing I'd want a fucking jug of milk.
Here. I think it's just the case you want to maintain that gap of 0.5 of a second. So Mia's going to have to push now to be able to continue saving fuel. So there's so many things that you have to take into account even before you can start to fuel save. This race is all about keeping ahead in the game, and for such a long time, it's all about who has that calmness in the back of their mind.
El Taco Man has just absolutely clobbered the wall at one in front of Lithium Fox and has just got away with one.
That sounds like a very interesting incident.
Can you imagine the Blue Fox Indy 500? Fucking hell.
By your description,
carnage.
That sounds like a very close one.
Indy 500 open lobby.
Imagine fucking
hell. It'll be a nightmare. Here we go.
Will it be a case of
understeering.
Oh yeah, understeering. I tell you what, as you said, Jake, that is very.
How could you not see that understeering and just not lift?
Luck is what you make of it, and sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. That's Andrew Petty, a laps ahead, who goes through and is helping El Taco Man remain.
Oh, wow.
2 laps down.
Proper Team America, like World Police livery there.
Setting itself up as one of these races where you just find your partner and say, right, can we work together and build our margin the way that we need to?
It'd be good, wouldn't it? It would be good.
Good runs out there, and saying that's gone through. The car we would have seen around would have been Steel Horse Live there that we'd have gone through and run by at the moment. Back with the Stag, though, can never seem to stay out of the battles here. This time with Sparks, your Season 2 champion.
Yeah, Sparks has been on the pace, but just in dirty air all the time. And the Stag has been glued to their rear axle for the moment. Not anymore, though, as they make the pass on the inside. And I'll tell you what, Sparks was determined to defend that one, trying to punch it on the outside of the corner, but nothing has come of that. So the Stag making up positions, but how far can they go up the leaderboard? They seem to have the pace, but just struggling to get the overtakes done. That's got to be at least 15 laps behind Sparks before being able to overtake. So will they make light work of the guys ahead? We'll have to wait and see.
But Tom 97 is a very tricky character.
I tell you
to
what,
get by,
it's
so
going
keep an
quick.
eye on what Tom is going to be able to navigate.
Yeah, as I said a bit earlier on, it's not the greatest look for some of the CSF1 guys. A bit further back and quite a few crashes have been happening.
Out there at this point, how good is the fine line that they set themselves with? Because for the moment, Brenda Hypenstar and Mia Rose, 1.3 seconds.
God, I want gravy. I want KFC gravy, and I just want to drink it right now, like a cup of tea.
Spread until you get back to Presley, Sora, and Yellow Vision, and have 2 cars in between them at the moment. So it's a case of this field and the way that we're seeing this 500 go, a lot more spread out, a lot more of this race is going to be about who finds what. And right now, we've got only 11 cars within half a minute.
Yeah, indeed, a big gap to Jamgal. So Jamgal basically just trying to keep
beard
within,
starting to get a bit itchy. That's
of
not good.
the
My electric,
so
like my
very,
beard
very
trimmer
tricky
is
when that
broken,
happens. Big T-Mac just
which
checking
is
up a little
not
bit
what
there
you
to
want
not
to
get
see.
too close to the wall. And
I'm literally finding out.
I mean, it's going to
how late
to any
the
sort
kernel
of
closes.
attack that you can have into turn 1. Again, the Stag so very close to Tom 97, and that can mean that just putting under pressure through 2.
What have
really
you
want to
done?
Try and get a huge launch out of here. Maybe use the hybrid boost.
Mate.
Tom 97 should be wise to that, being an F1 driver.
I'm sorry, I can't. It closes at 1 a.m.
Mastering the hybrid at that point, and Tom 97 not even close.
That's too easy.
Like Josh Merrin into the pit road, and this could be another cycle of stops for anybody on the same strategy.
So this is going to be where Josh Merrin is now starting.
So what? So whilst you're cutting, then Darth, what you tend to be eating? Just lots of like.
Oh, it's a big wreck on the back. There's a big wreck on the
lots
back.
of chicken. Oh, hello.
Caught out the M-Gals in the barriers on the wall. On
I heard Street Profil's name.
Surely now there's got to be a safety car that's got to be thrown for it.
Ooh.
Surely now. Look at the limping that's being done. Car stranded. There's Alexander Rossi levels of you've got to get a safety car out there and checking for this here. There goes the safety car that's finally out.
Safety car is out.
Point in time, and a very tough incident that goes through. There was already one lost at
God damn it.
Can you believe it? You avoid the incident and then just in rejoining where you can't see anything through the smoke, they just collide. Can you believe it? That's so unfortunate for both drivers there, but yeah.
That is. Here we go. This is still a replay.
It's just the fact that you have to try and anticipate.
Oh
what the
man,
other
they
drivers
can
are going
deliver
to
in
do,
20
and it's
minutes.
not possible.
Ooh.
No. A chance to breathe right now, and look,
man, look,
a
10-piece Hot Wings meal. I'm sorry, I've got to mention it. Poochie, how good are the Hot Wings? Oh, the Hot Wings as well.
So DM Gal just getting desperately unlucky in that position. It now allows another chance to reset, and this will be interesting for Josh Merrin in terms of where he is, because Josh would have just about.
Now I'm looking through the menu.
So Brendan Hyperstar, I think, has got a little bit lucky out there with that short fill. I think he'll lose more time again in the stop, but ultimately, that is a really interesting break point as we're now heading towards that halfway stage of the race.
Yeah, indeed. It kind of puts the strategy in a very
awkward
zone.
I reckon
drivers will be
a 6-piece bargain bucket, so 6 pieces of chicken, 4 fry. I could put that down.
But I want to also comment on Soy. That is the
I could put
third
that down.
time from recollection that they have had an incident.
It used to be an amazing treat.
So
honestly, I've got lovely
drastically wrong.
Forgive me, I get to tell you,
set up or with the way they're
during this safety car.
The car through turn 1,
my grandparents, so my dad's parents, never had a lot of takeaway.
Yeah.
Like fish and chips
again,
at the most, right?
One short shoot run into 2.
And
now,
there's been a couple of occasions in my lifetime where we have introduced them to, you know, takeaway and something different. And there's an amazing memory, like about 10-minute drive from their house is a KFC. And there was one time where me and my 2 cousins were all boys. We were like 18. So I was 18, one of my cousins 18, and the other one was 21.
How quickly can you go?
We all said, "Oh, let's go get some KFC." So our granddad was like, "Oh, what's that?" We're like, "Oh, it's chicken. You know, it's fried chicken, but they got burgers, they got this, that." And he's like, "Oh, that sounds quite good. I've never had something like that." So he's like, "Oh, could you get some for me?" And we're like, "Yeah." Well, we ended up getting like a big family feast, you know, where you get load of chicken, load of chips, you get all the sides, like the bottle of drink. Oh man, I have never seen a 60-70-year-old bloke look so happy. He was a pig in shit. It was great, like just eating chicken with his fingers and chips, and like he loved the gravy. So he loved corn on the cob, so he was getting stuck into that. Oh, absolute pig in shit he was. He was. So his parents were very Edwardian, very strict. He had a really strict upbringing. And obviously, like, he was born, what, 1934? So kind of grew up during World War II and rationing and this and that. So the whole notion of having a bucket of fried chicken was so alien to him. You know, he walked in with it and all these signs, he's like, "Wow, what the fucking hell is this?"
Yeah,
he loved it. He absolutely. But the thing which was so cute about it is that, like most grandparents do, you've got to eat it on warm plates. So we're there with these buckets of chicken and this and that, and my nan's like getting hot plates out of the oven for us to eat it on. Because, you know, you've got to. It doesn't matter what it is, you've got to have a hot plate. Fucking brilliant.
For drivers that haven't
man,
used any
just
fast
dipping
repairs,
it
it's also the opposite.
in the
They
gravy,
can
and
start to
oh, it
put
was
on
all
pressure for
over.
drivers
It was
that
all
they
over
can
his.
get in the
It was.
incident, knowing
It's such a
that they
lovely
can get back
memory
into the race.
I've got of my granddad. He's sadly no longer with us. My nan is still here. She's 90 this year. God, like, I love her to pieces. But yeah, Granddad said he passed away a few years ago, but it's just one of those lovely memories I've got.
I have to
It
say that
is
because
stuck
there are
in.
Legos in the background.
Like, we
so
did
there
it
is
a
some
few years
quality in
later
the
with
background,
Chinese
okay? So-
food. Oh my God.
And Gareth,
That
I
man's
think
love
Gareth
for
does
chicken
not
chow
agree with me.
mein
So,
was
over to you, Jake.
a different
I
level.
would argue there might be some.
He'd never had like noodles, like, or anything. He just never had it. Oh, he
Just
loved
looking
it.
behind me
He
to the,
absolutely loved
endless
it.
wall of ratty models that I have
What a
given you, so I'm
lovely
not gonna say
memory.
anything about my
That's
setup,
such a
that's
lovely
for sure.
memory.
But it's something to decorate. Lots
Oh.
of colours, let's say, at least.
Oh, I do miss
Yes,
him.
It is Hayden's
Massively miss
Technicolor
him.
Wall of fat, apparently.
God, it's
according
not
to
cheap, is it? I
is
gotta
there
say
at the
that.
moment. So, this should
So
be,
you reckon the
a
Zinger's
run
good,
out
huh?
there at this point, and
The
so
Zinger
can
box
find
meal, a
way
Zinger
to
burger
move on up forward. Now, in terms
with
of
signature
biggest
fries,
movers,
choice of chicken,
TK
side, and a
is the
drink.
best mover out there at
Okay.
the moment. Started
Oh, there's a
28, is ninth.
Zinger
That is
supercharger
impressive.
tower
Really,
box
you know,
meal
just,
for an extra
being able
pound.
to pile on the
So that's a
pressure
fiery
for the
fillet
driver's
burger,
profit from
topped with a
mistakes,
hash brown.
working their way up
Okay.
the order. That's what you want to do in the top 10 at the end of the day. So you know, you can only go forwards from here normally.
Oh, now there's
because that top 10
Daredevil.
is quite clean.
It's got sliced
After that,
jalapenos
the
and
pressure
oh
really
my
gets
lord,
to drivers. So I'm hoping they could have a good second half of the race
good
as well.
grief.
Well, this second half of the race, I think, is going to tell you something here. Who's going to want to be a little bit more aggressive? Who's going to want to start going for those percentage moves that are so critical to a way a race like this is running? And I think you've seen a lot of the same characters up at the front. I'm interested
Amazing.
to see what Andrew Petty does to move on up from 13th to 4th. We haven't seen much of Yellow Vision out there at this stage. Maybe even B-Roy can start making some progress. I'm looking at those who are outside the top 10. How did they start moving up forward? How did they find what is necessary here, John?
Oh man, I need to stop looking.
Tricky.
I need to stop looking
Tricky
at
is the
this.
answer because,
Poochie,
you know,
what have
you've
you
got a
done
lot
to
of
me?
work to do. You've got to try and outthink the drivers in front of them. The easiest way to get overtakes done is to overtake them during the pit window. So you've got to try and come up with a strategy where you're either hoping to light fuel, overtake drivers, and then have another caution if that happens. Cautions do lead to other cautions after all. Or fuel long and hope the other drivers are going for a shorter stint. It's just really all about surviving that midfield, and you have to get lucky. As I said previously, if you get into the top 10, normally that
see,
means
now it's
you're going
sending-
pretty well.
See,
So,
now I've
definitely
looked
from
at
looking
delivery,
the
it's given it.
pre-season
Oh, did
during
you
the race,
forget to
just
check
survival
out?
at the
Like,
moment in the midfield.
ugh.
Survival is going to be critical, and we have seen how important this survival has been, and I guess the clearest place has been getting
Okay,
clean
81
air. But
of
I want to
200,
talk about the
so
trials and
lots of
tribulations of Charles
unlapping
Wimbley going
at
a
the
couple
moment.
laps down and has already found a way back to 7th
Street Waffle
place.
in the pits.
It's an incredible drive.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I must say, just to have that.
That's a
first
lot of time in the
incident
pit
in
for
the
Street
opening laps, I
Waffle.
think actually it was on lap 1. they
Damn!
had and to have that knock of confidence that we talk about and that real life IndyCar drivers talk about, if you hit the wall early on and you manage to get away with it, it still knocks your confidence and you don't push 10 tenths and just go for it. To come back from that, to do overtakes, to go around the outside of people, and now to work your way back
Cool,
into
who else
the
was that? Was that
top,
Chesnoid in
10,
there for
verging
bloody
on the top
ages as
5
well?
if the restart goes well.
So that's
That
basically
is
how it
something that you
works.
have
If
to
you
pay
smash your
attention
car to
to if
pieces,
you
you're
are
going to
ahead
be
of
in
them,
there
because
for
that's a driver that has
a good
gone
couple
through the
minutes
works
then.
in terms of building themselves back up, and now they've got the confidence. They will be gunning for you.
Jesus,
So,
a long old
As
time.
far as that sits, it's going to be a really,
Because if you're
really
doing like what,
good
40 odd
chance then
seconds
for
a
those
lap,
who are
35
looking to
seconds
try
a
and get
lap,
the fuel
like
service to try and get themselves going a little bit longer. But it's a really good start to this race.
Damn.
We've had a number of issues here and there, of a solo car incident here, a solo car incident there, but a couple of them just tagging other drivers, just the pitfalls of Indianapolis. And, you know, this circuit here, the Brickyard, it is one of the more annoying circuits to try and make sure you've got everything sorted together in. And I use the word annoying because as you are trying to get yourself in through the corners, you can do the same thing twice and realise that the car's not going to respond the same way 2 times in a row.
Yeah, it's so precision engineering. You know, past 200 miles per hour, you are working with 0.001 percentile type adjustments, and even as I've mentioned before, even just playing with the weight jacker just really messes with the balance of the car. Playing with anything to do with driving style,
Here he is.
just being more aggressive on the wheel, more aggressive on liftoff, or more aggressive on.
Can you see how many laps have gone? I'm not sure you can, but
you can change.
We
how
are
the
on
car
lap
works, and
82
if the tires
of
drop
200.
for any reason outside of that
Mate, we're
perfect
good.
temperature window,
We've
or
been
get excessive wear on them, then you are playing with fire. And
we've got Pooty Head in here, and he has unfortunately been a bit naughty because he's now made me get KFC for dinner.
Those managing that risk versus reward.
I haven't got anything.
But, as we've said,
I
it
have
only takes
nothing
one
in the
time
fridge
for it to go wrong, and you throw away the entire race.
So, well, I've got burgers and rice.
Who has been mired down
So,
near the back of the field, a legend
we think we might go to the Colonel.
Series scene out there. He has been Mr. Creator Series for a very long time, and I think you set down and situate that, again, he's in a position where it's not quite gone the way he's wanted to so far, but he would love an opportunity to get up into the order, into the top 20, the top 15, have a really good chance to fight for it late on. But you often see here at Indianapolis, drivers who are at the front aren't always at the front. Sometimes, John, you have to buy your time and say, right, we'll make slow gains and then we'll make a really big push for it late on in the race to get those places up.
Yeah, Hayden is an incredible driver. He has got pace, he's got consistency when he wants it, and the only
fear of first.
The only, well, yeah, that too. I was about to say the chink in the armor is quite literally the fact that he wants to be first on lap 1, and so he often goes for moves that are slightly too risky, and it doesn't always end up paying off. And I think we're seeing that this race, just trying to get too many positions too soon. And every single time it's like making good progress, incident, right back to where you started, and you've got to build yourself up again. So he's one of those drivers that has to pay attention now to those quick repairs, because you don't have an infinite amount of them, and you will run out, and then you can't demonstrate your pace.
No,
go on, Cesar.
There was an issue actually about a lap ago going along the run.
Unsafety car 4 up in P8.
Isn't
that TK?
Ran into those same issues.
Go
it would
on,
have been
TK.
Potentially a lap and a bit ago. There was a car off in the background, and I think it's a Soy who has gone into the back of Josh's corner.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. It doesn't get better for Soy, does it? This has been a race to forget for them, that's for sure. Let's see if we can see a replay here. So, just pushing. Interesting, they got the same livery there as well. So,
yeah, I was going to say, same
Soy
livery.
just... I think this is just rejoining the pack. Yeah, let's have a look. So they're still sort of pushing at the moment. There's no cars in front.
So you like lift mid corner?
Yeah, I think what we're going to see is they're going to join the back of the pack,
This
and then
this is a replay still.
So let's have a look and see what happens here.
Okay.
Still pushing, still flat out, still flat out.
over.
So Asoy has a clear line of view.
Oh, no.
What's about to happen, and they still go into the back, so they could clearly see the cars in front because they moved out of the slipstream to have a look.
This is shocking.
I don't know how to explain that one, Jake. I'll be honest.
Oh,
I would understand
that is
as
fucking awful driving.
The left foot needs a bigger brick.
That's bad.
I will say, actually, that is something to pay attention to, because I know a lot of sim racers sometimes set up their brake pedal to be super stiff to press for ovals, because you don't want to tap the brake and have 100%. You only want to use 10-20% of the brake at maximum, otherwise you'll spin out anyway. So it could actually be that they went for the brake pedal, realised they're not pressing hard enough, and just went into the back of them.
Still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? With all due respect, you've still got to be good enough to have like a level of spatial awareness. Like, if you're gonna, it's just like standard driving. When you're gonna start to slow down, like almost have a quick look in your mirrors. Like, if there's nothing behind you, then make sure you're not directly behind the car in front.
Now, but This
what's
might
going
be
on
just
here?
a tire warming exercise. Let's have a look at what happens
God.
here. So,
Tire warming.
I mean, at some point, the producer's laughing in my ear, which is fair enough, to be fair.
Oh.
Ericsson hit him. Ericsson hit him.
It is a tire warming.
It was Ericsson.
It's just not the optimal one.
Oh dear.
That's a bit embarrassing.
Oh dear. Marcus Ericsson has gone and hit him, clearly, in a scenario like this. So Punju will look at that and, I would
That's
say
not a good
he's
look.
ran out of
That
points
is not
to
a good
use in his
look.
build, and it's not quite paid off.
I think one of the rare times that I can say Punju ran out of talent there, sadly. And it's just the fact that I think just
Fab's
not paying
up to
attention.
15th.
We've all done it on our live streams. We read the chat or we read something in the background, and all of a sudden there's a car in front of you, and it's Ericsson, and it's clearly his fault.
Yeah, absolutely. No other way of describing it. Ericsson has clearly hit him.
Yeah,
out there
all the way down in
Brendan
32
Hyperstar,
now.
Mia Rose,
Oh,
Reska
no.
Kyoso, your top three out there as they have.
Oh,
put
Nolly's
themselves
down
through.
there.
This is a chance to actually talk about those who have made good progress.
Goodness
outside
me.
of the top 10. The Stag and Sparks. Both
Come on then,
up
I think a couple
11
more laps
spaces
and-
right now in this race. We haven't talked anything either about Darius Rush, who started 33rd on the grid and is now 17th.
There's
Fair
a huge
play.
amount of drivers now that we're listing them that have just.
Yeah,
profited
I think it's
from
TK in the
everyone else.
unsafety
And,
car.
again,
Up
just
20
VP17. I mean,
places.
Darius has just
Go on.
whatever they can to just get back up the order, and I think this is a great place to restart from because you're toward the mid pack, which is where things can go wrong, but it creates opportunities for you to profit from that.
Oh,
and
God.
so I
think my eyes
they're
are...
one of the drivers that should go out of the blocks saying, look, I'm going to have to be aggressive. I need to get myself out of the danger zone and up the order, and hopefully it pays off for them.
Absolutely, we hope it does. We're on a manual safety
random
car
question.
throw out
How's
here
the
for this
stream
Creator
quality?
500. We're
Is
just
it all right?
waiting to get one car back onto the leading lap, which is
I don't know, I was just having a look on my thing, and it just
exited
seemed to
the
go
pits
to
out there,
absolute
and
shit.
once Steel Horse has been able
Hopefully
to
you
get
got
out and
everything is
around
all
and back into position on the rear
nice
of
and
Lithium
squeaky
Fox,
clean.
then we will
Okay,
have
it seems
the
to be
ability
back
to
now.
go
That was a
and
weird
running.
drop.
And again, more drivers at the rear deciding to elect
So
the
more
service.
in the
Ryan
pits now.
L83, the second of the unsafety cars out there, which is Scotty Designs. You've got the likes of D. Goodin coming in and getting service, as well as Hayden Gullis once again. So they're very happy out there with
Go
what
on,
they're
Ryan.
doing and getting service, and critically, unlimited tyre sets.
Yes, that is a big advantage. And,
Lightning McQueen out there on the front for Ryan L83. He's going to channel his inner oval.
yeah, indeed, he's got to get back out before the pace car, but I think he'll manage that, no problem. But yeah, you've just got to. I mean, having that on. I just want to say, having that on the microphone would be way distracting for me.
Yeah, that's...
I must say, just seeing.
That's like so in the eye line
I've
as
done
well.
it again.
I saw some tyre smoke then. I was about to say, not again, please.
Yeah, again. Punju's done it again on the back
Oh,
of
fucking
B-Roy.
hell.
Again.
Oh my God.
I mean, do it.
What
No,
are these guys?
clearly,
What are they
the,
doing?
Cousin of Marcus Ericsson this time was at fault.
It's
The
long
same
lost
thing
big
again.
brother.
Oh dear, Punju. I can
Oh,
sort of
no.
semi-laugh at this one, but
Oh.
yeah, it's the exact. I mean, no, actually, it's different. Oh, that right.
Yeah,
front.
that's. Oh, he's lucky. He's lucky. He's
very
got away
lucky.
with it.
But at least on this one, there was an actual checkup, right? Because
I
the last
mean-
one was just driving into it.
We're green.
Ooh, green
And
flag,
they've
green
already
flag.
at
Let's
the
go,
back,
let's
so
go.
They've got the call, and they've got the call late. So just like that, we're back underway again. Reska Kyoso's been overtaken by Andrew Petty. We're back to running, and Pratic's got a jump start, and so he's going to get himself a whole heap of trouble
Come on
out
now.
there for all of that.
Green,
that's
green,
gone through, and
green,
a whole
green,
host
green,
of
green.
drivers then at the back will have penalties that they will have to go and get that sorted. So at least right now, side by
This
side,
might
for the
be a
lead.
stupid
Miro trying to go
question.
for it. Brendan Hyperstar ultimately holding that.
Do they
placement,
run this if
but
it's wet?
Now time to get yourself into position.
Yeah, for the front two, they've definitely gone away clean here.
I
That's
can't
what
think
we'll
of a
see,
single
but
Indy
in the
500
midfield,
when it's
gap's
in the
been
wet.
created. Oh, there's a driver spinning round with, I think, a
Ooh,
little bit
big
of,
crash.
greedy meat. I think
Never.
maybe having a
Okay,
bit of
that's
rear wing
why.
damage.
Hello,
Maybe
grand
still there,
mate.
but it looks like they've dropped it. No, everything's fine.
Can you
They're
imagine
maybe
this in the
just getting
fucking
on the
wet?
inside. They were
That'd be
2-1.
fucking so
So
good.
Get a replay of that, but they've gotten very, very lucky with that one.
Ooh.
Well, was already down on the bottom, I think, was pinched down a little bit there by encephalosis, and Greedy Me just had to take the turnaround. That's how difficult it can be sometimes. On these restarts, was able to save it. Now there's going to be more contact.
Which is foggy. Oh, here we go.
Sloppy Joe come together.
Ooh,
and
Fabs!
up on the top side of the wall, dragging along turn 4. Sparks will jump up and gain a place, and Infratic, who's got a penalty, now is going to have damage to serve, and I think he's going to try and find a gap in the traffic to get down into the pits.
I'm not sure if they can, because I think they've got damage on both front tyres, so this may not even be a possibility to get into the pit lane. Let's see if we can see what
Here we
happens
go. This is
here.
a replay.
So
there's Fabio there on the right. That's Fabio high. Oh, understeering. Oh.
Yeah, that is not his fault right there.
Well, it was so square.
Gillen's not, no.
There that the line was
I think he was playing some Forza.
Inside, so I think a little lapse of concentration, not quite understanding the bearings and surroundings, and that made life really difficult. Here's Reska Kyoso in 4th position, really trying to jump up. Sorry, I'll correct myself. This is Yellow Vision in 6th position on the back of Presley Sora, who's in that 5th place, who is trying to find as much movement as possible up the order, and right now is going to be staring with Wembley, with big T-Mac moving up. T-Mac now up double digits.
Okay.
Big T-Mac again, just a driver that has shown that they can really push the limit sometimes here. They've been doing some great overtakes there, and you can see just Yellow Vision stuck in the dirty air.
We might have to maybe do a little watch along for the real Indy 500, you know.
Condition, 1.3 seconds though, a little bit more than you want to see, and you can see they are dropping time now. That slipstream no longer in effect past the 1 second mark, and this is where the gap is formed. So if you are Yellow Vision, you have to get past right now and try and close the gap to the leaders. Reska Kyoso effectively has carte blanche to go and attack the top 3.
Yeah, definitely does, and so you can say if you've got a free license to go and attack, you might as well go and use it. It's really busy now.
Coming up halfway now.
With Andrew Petty in 3rd place, on for 13th, because you've got Josh Merrin trying to gain those places back that he lost by being caught out of cycle in the pit stops.
And definitely for Josh, it's going to be one of those things where if he's the last person to pit as well, he'll have more fuel on.
Oh, hello.
Whack DM Gal in the wall.
Oh, we got more.
Ideal. A lot of drivers having, that's a huge amount of damage, and we are hearing that maybe Tiamat Mardik might be out of this race for not serving a penalty. So yeah, disqualification right there.
Tiamat Mardik's got DQ'd!
Tiamat Mardik during the Indy 500.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh dear, here we go.
But at the moment, this is the DM Gal incident.
Just lost it.
In the wheelhouse and then ultimately run over.
What can you do about that? It's just the nature of oval racing. If you make a small mistake or get involved in an incident, you've got about 6 cars behind you that have no room to just lift off or brake or do anything really in terms of reacting in 0.2 of a second. So yeah, if you get involved in an incident in a pack, you're probably going to get connected. And just see how close drivers are getting. I think that was TK just minimally away from the wall.
Yeah, very much was, and now with Yellow Vision, he's now dropped a couple places here to Charles Wembley, and now it's Wembley's decision now to try and chase down Presley Sora. They've got T-Mac on the back.
So what's that? Wembley 6th, Sora 5th.
Then the Stag directly behind that as
Alrighty,
well,
okay.
So this is
TK is going really well, P9 right now.
6, 7, 8.
God, TK!
5 seconds out then at this moment. Infratic, another driver who has been disqualified.
Oh God.
It can be so difficult to just follow the rules or the flags that are going on if you're involved in a high sort of intensity race.
Fabio's disqualified as well.
So yeah, I can understand that drivers may not be paying full attention to the flags and what they need to do. And Hayden Gullis just going for the ultra aggressive move, and that's 2 spots in 1.
Yeah, Sloppy Joe damage. That's the reason why it's not confirmed yet, because Scotty Designs is holding his ground very well in the unsafety car too. B-Roy trying to work back through. So too Lithium Fox out there as the teal and I would say aqua cars are trying to make their ways by.
Oh, that's getting a bit dicey! Oh!
On the exit there of turn 1, and it's going to be a massive slide that's going to put him in with a massive amount of damage. He's limping about now, and that is the face of resignation. Alert to the camera that says, I know.
Yeah, I think the rear tire's gone as well. I saw that as soon as they approached turn 1. I was like, Tom's going to drift a little bit wide through the turn. There's not much you can do. So B-Roy doesn't defend the inside, and Tom like
Oh, that's so tough. He just, it's just,
Oh, Lithium Fox, sorry, yes.
Just always going to end.
There's not much you can do there. Just the amount of dirty air that would be there for Lithium Fox to go and navigate through. Really
do you know what's funny? Like, I played enough open lobbies to just sort of know when something's going to go fucking wrong, and that is it.
And this is going to be a really good job. Gareth is still going to blame Tom 97 for that one. B-Roy, air your grievances like Sebastian blaming.
Well, if you take similar liveries, you're from the same team, right? So you can be blamed. That's how it works in the world of motorsports, I guess. So there you go. But indeed, they're just trying to carry on the laps. And I think for a lot of drivers right now, seeing the amount of incidents, now some drivers are just saying maybe I'll play it a little bit cooler at the moment because it's a bit hectic out there, and you need some laps to sort of compose it.
Oh, steady. Oh, God, that looked like the steering.
He's had a
Scotty's
big off
having
coming
trouble.
through too. He was shallow in,
Scotty.
and he got the wall and a couple drivers of D. Good and VM Canola, and that's put him in the infield right now. And I'm not sure he's making it back. They might have to throw a safety car for him, but I doubt he's going to get one.
Okay, so they tagged the wall on the entry, then got on the grass trying to compensate, and then the wall on the exit. That's not ideal whatsoever. So you could see the car was unsettled even going into the turn. So it's just gone from bad to worse. Let's see, just the tap of the wall
there was like a little wobble, and then like the right rear just sort of tapped, and and
then crashed there with another car. So, yeah, for Scotty, that's going to be one that resets his confidence, that's for sure.
And still there, still trying to
get it back.
Desperately drag it back. They will throw white mechanical flags out there to say, look, there's a slow car out there. But
that is going nowhere.
It's at the discretion of race control whether they're going to throw something out there for him, because he's desperately trying to limp back like a tortoise.
That is going no. I mean, come on.
Rotation in on a car that really just does not want to drive.
You got one-wheel drive and you're trying to drag it through grass, and I mean, car boot sale from our director, but I don't see the boot on there, to be fair. I think he might be selling spare parts though for an Indy car. That's my assumption.
Oh dear.
Yellow flag's going to come out for
there we
it.
go,
yellows. Race control was a buyer.
Indeed, race control.
I'm surprised that it took as long as it did to throw that out.
There for Scotty, for the indomitable spirit of trying to get back to the pits. That's for sure.
It's a halfway mark, by the way.
Apparently, the warning from race control is that Scotty was a danger, and I would argue, yes, he is when things slightly don't go his way.
Scotty's a danger on track. But I thought race control was meant to announce things that were new. But for the moment, during this race, Scotty was actually having a really good one, so that's very, very unfortunate for them, that's for sure. But race is all over.
TK's still going well.
I think, looking at the
halfway.
board, they have at least some fast repairs left as well.
But yeah, here we go,
and
halfway.
halfway.
So Fabio's out, Ben's out. I wonder what Fabio's going to be doing right now then.
As we cross the line at the end of this lap, we will be at 100 laps to go, and we will confirm that Brendan Hyperstar has the lead of this race and is well on course.
Oh, his like stream is
moment,
disconnected
John,
by the
to
looks of it.
repeating his heroics of 9 months ago and saying he is looking
I think
at
he's ended.
back-to-back Creator 500s.
It's kind of been a different race for Brendan Hyperstar this time, because last time out, I remember Brendan Hyperstar having like a 0.2 of a second per lap buffer to everyone else, and that meant they could take a different pit stop strategy, lift
like,
the coast,
I gotta say
back
though,
into the pack and then rejoin
genuinely,
the front when they wanted to, as we're going to see.
I'd rather watch
everyone
this
dive into the pit lane.
than F1 esports.
And this race is different.
Like, I think this is way more interesting. Well, hang on, Tio Mart is still in, but there's no way he's disqualified.
Dropped 2 seconds back just before.
This is way more interesting in my
opinion. They all have the
opinion.
pace to challenge Brendan Hyperstar.
Like, don't get me wrong, F1 Sim Race at a court, like, It has its place, but it just doesn't feel like it's been in any way marketed or pushed like it has been in like previous years. It just,
when everyone else
I don't know, seems a bit flat this time.
So 2 out there that are on a different strategy. And
yeah, Ryan in the lead.
Said, it's not enough time. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna stay out. We're gonna try and get another quick caution.
Yeah, indeed, it can happen. It can be a good call. We haven't had really a pace car called out right after another one, so it's a bold strategy at the moment. Race control are preferring to let the drivers race after a restart, so we'll have to see if that changes. If it does change, they've selected
So
the right
got
strategy.
Team Marduk back
Ryan,
in it.
I think
like,
it also might be just a choice of, I've still got half a tank of fuel.
Street Waffle is 8 laps down, by the way. It's not a good look, is it, Darth, really? I know you're a Street Waffle fan, but that's...
and it can work out for a driver towards the end of the race. You've just got to get lucky now with the strategy and with the further pace cars.
So Ryan's just said, I am going to be P1, but only the caution laps, which indicates to me, watch him go to the left. No, he's going to stay out. I reckon that he's going to be in the lead. And then
hey, look, Ryan's in the lead. That's what we love to see.
Driving on past him on fresher tyres. I think that's what he's maybe alluding to.
Yeah, indeed. If there was somebody hedging bets on whether Ryan would lead a lap, Ryan's doing them favours, let's say, that way, even if it is caution laps. So it's, I think it's just a strategy for content, to be fair, and for Ryan's right in doing that, just saying I led a lap.
Yeah, 100%. I'd do the same.
Video, which is an excellent title for sure.
Absolutely,
yeah,
all about the content, all about the clickbait.
Yes, indeed. It's mildly clickbait, which is
that's all the video would be. It would just be a slow-mo lap of me in the lead.
So, and hang on a minute, this is Ben back out on track.
Wait, undisqualified.
That is the nuttiest thing, just overtaking everyone like that.
How many laps down is he? Let me check.
It just takes one person to move out.
A look, 7.
Well, he's got a lot of green flag racing to do right now under the pace car. He's got a lot of laps to catch up. But I think
he's been out the car for a while, John, so now he's refreshed. He might as well.
He's had the chance to grab a coffee, to just have a bit of a chit-chat, and now he's right back at it. To be fair, there are worse cases for rejoining the Indy 500.
Yeah, and so critically for Team Marduk, a chance to get back in on this when we've got 5
It's a real like eye opener, like the speed differential like between them. When they're proper like going round. It's fucking nuts, like on the onboard.
And we have lost 2 from the creator community out there as the 4 that are not there, which means at this moment
99 to go. Come on,
running a emphatic as well. We currently have 33 cars out there, which means we have a full Indy 500 field. It's only taken 100 laps to separate the wheat from the chaff.
And now that Jake has said that, he's commentating.
So obviously, based on this, look, Brendan Hyperstar's up there. Mia Rose has been looking really, really good. Like it just. It's just you're going to start getting to the final third, isn't it? Oh, here we go. This is a replay. Oh, Cheza.
Okay, this is from early on in the race, so lap 5.
Oh, your fighter.
With the wall, with Chesnoiter just getting a little bit out of shape. Lap 12 moving on now with a Soy. I think this was the first incident here with the wall, and it was a big one, wasn't it? Just
Eat it!
In there, and it kind of created the disaster.
Oh, fucking hell. That was a big bite of the fucking wall.
Very much, did they, Jake?
No, definitely didn't.
This is another replay.
It created lots of drama, especially for Smileable here.
Whoa!
Spiraling down pit lane, nearly taking the tower out for resident.
Probably should have he's
there along the main run. And so
I think he won it last time round as well, did he not?
Then as they went through, knowing just how tough of a
day
it was.
Anyway.
DM Gal also in the first 100 laps into trouble. One car spun out there.
Yeah, there's been some big incidents so far.
The wall. Nowhere to go for DM Gal, another driver who has been caught out in the walls, and Greedy Me, another one who found a big one. This was on the restart, then just getting down low and loose. So easily done there with the curve.
I was so close to recovering it as well, and that's terrifying when you're staring at the front of the car and you've got like 500 million cars going past, and this was how
This is
emphatic,
Fabs. Oh,
the
Fabs.
race effectively in the barrier, and just having that left front punched out, no way to turn in the wall, and a huge amount of damage.
I was surprised that he left
This is the most
Ferrari.
recent one. This is B-Roy, who pushed himself then through
I thought he was
right,
brilliant.
got the tag there,
Brilliant
and
ambassador,
box
creator
and
for it.
into the wall up on the top side, so easily done.
Yeah,
to get
not quite
yourself
sure
caught up
about
in all
some of the
that.
people
Can
they
I just
have
note here, John, out there at this
chosen,
point, we
but-
take a look at Scotty's incident. I don't
Oh, this
think
was
I've ever
Scotty.
seen
Yeah, just a
Fabio
little
finish a
wobble
race.
there.
It's been an unfortunate run of bad luck, let's say, and just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, for sure. But somehow, you know, Fabio likes the content. Fabio likes it when it's someone else crashing. It's just the fact that he's chosen spots to be in.
That is
where
the
he's one on
understatement of the
receiving end
century.
incident.
That man loves seeing
I'm
someone
sure
else
that he's
spin
read
it.
Taki Inoue's book or something out there, so that
Taki
would have
Inoue.
been a tough run for him as we still await the cars then to get back onto the leading lap. Hayden Gullis currently 1 lap down. Scott
So
Designs
Hayden's
at 3,
1.
Tiamat Marduk at 4. Once they're
Okay.
in position, we're back out
So
there
we're looking
and
about
going again for
3
running, but
minutes.
They won't mind the laps
We're
that
back
they
underway.
lead here at the moment.
So I reckon
after
with
this,
maybe a
because they can switch
95,
the,
94 to
the
go,
fuel
we should be
straps out
back
there and go
at
to
green
mixed
flag
5
racing.
effectively out there, John, and that will allow
Hey,
them
Red Dog.
basically to say we're under this caution period.
There
we
is
don't have to
something
do too
wicked
much
watching
about it, and
others
we're on
watch
a
video of
pure
others.
100% fuel save at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And
This is
it's
what, like
important
the
to
was
drive
it
out
like
in front and have a
Inception?
tank of
Hey,
fuel.
look,
They
this
want
is what
to
it's
take
about.
as
We've
much. In fact, I think that's VM
we've obviously look, it's create a series tonight. It's create a series on Saturday. So look, we'll be here for both.
Fuel up now, and for the other
Doesn't
drivers,
necessarily
they'll have only
mean
lost about 2 laps of
that
fuel,
we're
really,
watching
because of
on
that fuel
Saturday, though.
saving. So
Yeah, we'll
effectively,
find out
when we
tomorrow.
go green flag racing, there might be an offset of 3 or 4 laps between the drivers. So they'll still get a very
got to
good
give some
stint
credit
out
here
of
to
it.
Jake and
The
John.
thing they have to worry about, really, with all
I-
of this,
I've been
laps behind the
commentating
pace
for a
car,
good while
is the
now,
front tyres,
and
because there's a limited
been very
opportunity
good.
to warm up
Been
your tyres
very,
on
very
for
good.
the race
Like I
restart.
say, way
And
more interesting than the
if you go into
F1
that turn
sim
1 and you
races
get
happening
understeer
tonight.
with so many cars close, it
Way
can be
more
disastrous.
interesting.
It really can, and I tell you what, as we look at Presley Sora at the moment, it's been, for those nearer the front,
So here
a
we go.
pretty
So Tiamat Marduk's 2
simple
laps
500,
down.
it
So yeah,
has
it's going to
to
be
said.
like
They haven't had these
95
big
laps to
marauding
go.
charges through. In
How are you,
saying
Red
that,
Dog, by the way?
They are very close to it.
Talk to
The way
me.
that The 93 of Andrew
We had a
Petty
good
has
day?
dropped from 13th up to 3rd, a gain of 10. I think the longer that this goes, because you've now got Yellow Vision down the order a bit more, Josh Marin is still laboured back there in 17th. There is a bigger chance for these big runs to
Brendan's
start
back in
working
first.
forward.
Is
Brendan
it?
Hyperstar
Where are we
is
driving?
running roughshot here
Or I should say, where are
from
you
the front
driving?
of this pack, and is going to be a very, very tricky
I'm gonna
customer
guess
to go and beat. But Reska Kyoso, every
Bahrain.
time has been the antidote for it. These
Watch
two
it not be
were A and A1
F1.
positions throughout the entirety of Season 3.
In full
For
feature
sure.
release
They've
mode
been
at work.
Sort of the class examples of how to.
Oh, that
just
was
going
gonna
to
be my second guess.
Calm and comfortable. We saw Brendan
Honest.
Hyperstar every time he gets
Oh,
out of
honestly,
his car, it's as
yeah.
if he hasn't raced a lot at all. It's just very smiley, very just on top of things, and at the front of the pack at the moment, they're exactly where they want to be. So I think really the question marks are on Mia Rose at the moment, because we know Reska Kyoso and Brendan Hyperstar can really duke it out at the front, but Mia Rose has been sort of the driver.
My
where
money's on
they've been
Mia
fighting
Rose.
at the front, but maybe not on equal terms for the previous Creator Series season.
Ugh.
Now's their big chance to get into the big cars and sort of duke it out. Will they have the mental fortitude to just keep it going to lap 200?
Well, there's a lot of understandings of how much drivers love to
There
race.
goes
I know
Scotty.
that Brendan Hyperstar did time slot 1 and time slot 3 of the Indy 500 fixed out there, and was an incredible driver to watch, and ultimately results
Right,
that went
okay, so
to
there
the
goes
likes
Ben. I
then
think
of
that's his
Robert
last
Malexka
lap.
III, who matched then
Or his
Brendan
last unlap, shall we say.
wins in iRacing.
So I think we're going to be back to
500
green
in the
flag
traditional time
pretty
slot of 6 p.m.
shortly.
BST,
If that's
or
the
1
phrase.
p.m. Eastern time slot, which is the one that is used for all the
Pretty
history
shortly,
books
pretty
out
soon,
there,
very
but
shortly. That's you know what
critically,
there
there is also the
what I meant.
understanding that a lot of people want to go into the Indy 500 Open and qualify themselves into the 33 drivers it takes there. And when you got your top two at the moment as two drivers who are well, one is definitely in at the moment in Brendan Hyperstar. The other one in Reska Kyoso, sitting about 45th, and is going to need to find on average
F1 stat of the day. Oh, okay, I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Yeah, half
Red Dog's fountain of knowledge.
You're looking at two very, very talented drivers going out there and saying,
come on, give me the green flag.
Out there and push. And the drivers behind are really talented.
Green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag.
Mia Rose, she's been out there and she's raced pretty much everything for well over a decade. And she's been wonderful to watch out there. Presley Sora is a really good driver.
Surely.
And you need to have a great driving, but also the speciality of this racing. You know, that extra half a tenth of a second doesn't come from nowhere, and you've got to have the confidence to go and get it. And
I am assuming that you are typing out an F1 stat of the day, Red Dog.
Knowledge and understanding of having done so many laps, so many races in these cars that it's just natural for them to know exactly what to do. And Hayden Gullis in the pits once again to get the most amount of fuel. He loves doing this strategy. This is a normal thing for him, just trying to get the sort of overcut on everyone else, maybe getting him a good strategy for the end of the race. He's betting everything on that. But as you said, loads of drivers that can win this race. They just have to outrace the top two at the moment, because the top two have the experience to outwit them effectively.
Come on,
I do
give
know
me the
that
greens.
Sloppy Joe actually did just jump out of the car and is going to need to get back up to pace really quickly, else this is going to be one where he will miss the start out there and say this could be one where I'm many laps down and I'm just trying to buy my way to the end of this one. Brendan Hyperstar will have control of this restart with Reska Kyoso and Andrew Penny.
Surely he's going
then
in
just behind looking to push. The Stag and Sparks inside the top 10, as is Tom 97.
It's looking like
it. Make some good pushes. How aggressive.
I thought you had a F1 stat of the day, Red Dog.
One of the best when it comes to being out there in clean air. Pace
I was getting excited then.
Right side of screen, left side of circuit, and now it's about the launch of the green flag to say, let's try and work this restart well. Green flag in the air.
There we go.
Underway. 93 laps to go at Indy.
Indeed, and it's going to be a good start by Brendan Hyperstar once again, but that is the Stag on the inside looking to get some moves on. That is, I think it's Big T-Mac. Yes, it is indeed, but Big T-Mac trying to run it around the outside, getting that overspeed and maintaining the position, but the Stag just cutting to the inside, trying to get some clean air, trying to just force the gap, and the defense is great at the moment. Mia Rose trying to get into the big three there, trying to get into the top three, but no gap found as well.
Well, it's getting busy.
There's going to be some chaos.
Now, Yellow Vision pushing around the outside in the all-yellow machinery, gets another one sorted. So backwards through the pack you go, and a really important restart.
Getting there. Oh, holding station.
Out there from everyone who has been pushing it to the level. Sloppy Joe wasn't able to get back out and sorted. Tiamat Marduk's got a penalty, and it's going to have to
go on, Sparks. Tiamat Marduk's got another penalty. Fucking hell, Ben.
Twice out there through the efforts that goes. Now they start to wriggle about on circuit. It's what we call the serpentine as everyone chases the draft.
Oh!
It's Sparks.
Yeah, just
you could feel it was going to happen, couldn't you?
And Yellow Vision just a bit of understeer on the apex, and they collided with the wheels. I think Sparks has a bit of damage there. Well, it's Bit Road, that's collected someone. I think that might have been...
Did that collect someone going in?
Straight encephalosis, upside down and spinning.
Oh, God.
He's got on the top of someone they're going to have to throw.
Oh, God. Apparently there's a huge accident. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dearie me, that incident...
Here we go again.
Started.
Oh!
Was that Licking Fox in that incredible scenes? Encephalosis doing God knows how many rolls there.
Oh, goodness me!
Never ending, and then ending up on its roof. That was a big one. That will throw confidence, and I'm just hoping they're okay.
Oh my God, is that Hayden? Yeah.
After having pitted,
oh my God,
or been collected, I should say. So that strategy has not worked out either.
There's some banging crashes in this, isn't there? Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much, so much.
Try and keep himself out of trouble, and ultimately finds himself then a little bit caught up and unlucky, but that's sometimes the way it goes. They've had some good running. Now the stakes are starting to raise.
This is still a replay.
They want to be in positions to win. and you're just not going to get drivers who set themselves back. They're going to start making moves now, because if you think, I want to be in position for 30, you think, well, I want to be in position for 60, and I want to be in position for 90.
I pressed the wrong button.
I mean, you can carry on like that right until the end of the
Yeah,
race.
the,
You have to get some clean driving in. And,
you know,
yeah,
it's
you
not
can
the
see
greatest
cars
showing
right
for
now
the
where it's
F1
damaged. Some of them
content
won't
creator
have any fast
community.
repairs left. We'll
I
have to
will
keep an
say
eye on that, but,
you know, it's not
yeah,
gone
just so tricky.
brilliantly.
I think Hayden Gullis was
Yeah, I
colliding
think we
with,
can all
Darius
agree.
Rush, to be fair. I think that was the driver that was
But,
connected
you know,
in that as well. So I think Darius just got loose a little bit. Hayden had nowhere to go.
these things happen.
It's just, again, you're oval racing.
Oh,
you have
dear.
to be attentive what's happening, and you've also got to accept that sometimes there's just no way of avoiding a collision. It happens.
Well,
at such high
thankfully,
speed.
there shouldn't be
You're on
too
banking,
many
you can't just turn the
that
car
need
avoid it.
to
And,
unlap.
sometimes you just have to take the roll of the dice. Sometimes it doesn't go in your favour. But
There's gonna be
I
few
think
in
for
the
Mia
pit,
Rose, this
but-
caution was actually great as well, because they had a really bad restart after just challenging the top 3. They fell back, and they were in danger of being passed. So this reset will be a
Street
chance
Waffle
to
is not
just
having a good
solve
time
anything
of
that
it.
might be going wrong and go at it again.
Yeah, and if you have the chance to go find whatever it is that you need, you know how very tough this race has been in terms of setting itself out in its stall, because now you are starting to get it a little bit more stop-start, because the incidents are getting bigger, and as far as this goes,
I'm not even
around,
sure
I've
where
seen
they
a comment
are
that
right
says I
now.
look like a Reddit mod.
He's out.
I don't even know what to say about that one, Jake.
I think it's correct. I think it's correct. I don't
My
mod any
Shayla.
Reddit
Oh, don't.
channels or anything like that.
So
think
I
it's
got a
correct,
colleague
though.
at work that says
Look,
that
you
like
can
at
take that
least
as a
9
compliment in
times
that
a
you have
day.
a lot of knowledge of racing. There
Fucking
you
that.
go.
Oh,
Okay,
but she just
I'm going
comes
to
in.
Reddit mod then of this
She
iRacing
won't be watching
Indy,
this. Love you
Street
really,
Series
Maddie. But
500.
every
How does that
fucking
sound?
10 minutes. Oh,
It's
my
very specific things, but
Shayla.
Reddit
Fuck
had a lot of
off.
very specific things, so I think that fits the bill, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, dear.
And we will
That
soon
felt
see
good.
how
That felt
the,
good to get that
second
off my
half of
chest
this
right
race
there.
Is going to play 89 laps to go, soon to be 88
Okay.
right now for Brendan
Oh,
Hyperstyle
man,
out
like,
there, who
yeah,
is getting
she-
the legs
she
here.
throws it out
and
all the
what
time.
has been critical on these starts,
Right.
you can't get the move done.
I might get a
off
Diet
the
Coke.
start
What do you
on the
reckon?
opening
Time for a
lap
Diet
zone.
Coke?
It gets exponentially
I feel like
harder to then
89
go and
laps
make
to
that
go is
move
around
again.
about the right time for a
Yeah,
Diet
and
Coke.
especially if you've been stuck behind someone.
It
there's
feels
that
like Diet
psychological
Coke kind of
impact
time.
as well. Like, oh, I can't get past. I'm going to
I'm
have to
gonna get-
drive course a little bit, and then
That's what we're going to
if
do.
you try it and it doesn't work once, then you go back to the drawing board, and before you know it, you've done 10 laps behind them and still haven't found the way past. So either most of the times it's finding a way past quickly, or you don't find a way past at all. Most of the times it's better to save fuel at that point. Just want to point out, Ben, so Tim McMurdoch has been served his third black flag of the day, and this one is for boxing while the pits were closed. So unfortunately for them, they're going to have to spend a little bit more time in the pit lane, but they're still in the race. But it's safe to say it's going from bad to worse for them.
Yeah, ultimately, stewards are stewards. You have to listen to them, and it's at your own peril that you go and you ignore them out there. So a number of cars getting themselves caught up then on that restart, and it does start to feel like the margins are getting a little bit finer out there, and you've got to try and move up. It has now meant that the Stag is up to 6th, Tom 97 is now 7th, and the likes of Josh Merrin has worked away up to 9th. And talking about quietly making those gains, El Taco Man and Smileable now 10th and 11th, who started 25th and 30th respectively.
Again, two people just making up the position from everyone else's demise. El Taco Man and Smileable have been involved in incidents this week, but it's all about keeping yourself in the running. You said it, James. It's about
Love
those
it.
30 laps. It's about just having something to play.
Cheers,
for again
Dragster.
at the end, and who knows, you could end up with a top 5, you could end up with a top 3, you could end up with a P1 if everything goes chaotic at the end. And for Smileable, looking at him, he's just very focused, very smiley as usual, hence the username.
Yeah, he very much is. Now I want to
that's good.
He's got him just before me. Gareth is saying he's got tat on his shelf. That's not tat.
Come on then.
We can't keep saying that about anything decorative on display behind. I've seen Gareth's background when he's been live streaming.
Yeah. No Lego.
87 to go,
That's
come on.
true. So it's better in that regard then. Got the lovely die-cast figures there.
I'm not sure how many need to unlap themselves.
Would go
in all
under your
fairness.
line, John, of what you have lined up on your shelf.
Yeah, I have a bunch of sim racing wheels that I don't use anymore, a bunch of wheelbases that I don't use anymore, and some models, indeed, mostly from memorable moments of rallies that I've been to and all that.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Can't be considered tapped.
Hang on a minute. Someone's going to have to pull Darius Rush back.
Oh, what's Darius
what has
doing?
happened here?
Well, he's lapped the leaders.
That's quite unfortunate, and they're carrying on at full pace.
God.
So it's not the first time this has happened in the
Darius.
Crazer series. We do have procedures for this. It will just take a second for us to get a message to him as he carries on his merry way.
He's gone one lap too much
easy right now in first
to
place
unlap
in this
himself.
race. And there we go. I think he's just got the message of, hang on a minute.
Oops.
You're in first place. Please slow down.
What a plot. Mate!
Well, the
We're doing
ruling
good,
is
my
there,
man.
and they've
We're
been
doing
called
good.
out
We've had a
for
good
it, so
week.
everyone will now
Today
find a
was
way to go
tough.
and get back round him as he now
Today
is
was
trying
definitely
to be
a
avoided
tough day at
this
work.
point,
But
so they have just managed to find
yeah,
a way
look, we're
to,
here
get that
now. We're
sorted. Back to
chilling.
the end of the
We're
line
just
with you. That's what you get
yeah,
for trying to jump the
that's-
queue. It's the most British thing in the world.
Oh, excuse me. That's what it's about. We're
How we
relaxing.
respect
The racing's been
unwritten
amazing
rules of,
tonight. Really,
joining
really
the queue
enjoyed
or
it. We've
not
got
joining
loads
the
of
queue.
streaming
I'm sure
happening
everybody's, very chaotic during
this
the racing,
weekend
but they respect the
as
rules
well.
when they're behind the pace car.
Like-
You can see, to be fair, but for Darius, that will be
we
very,
gotta be
very
happy, isn't it?
frustrating,
We gotta be
although they were
happy.
toward the
We gotta
back
be
of the
smiling.
line anyway with that incident, sadly. So
Oh, I got
it's just
hiccups
another
now.
chance.
Oh dear, hang on.
Technically, you know what, Jake? They
What
can
you
say
haven't
they
done,
led a lap
Dragster?
of the Indy 500. Job done in terms of content.
I need to hold my
they
breath.
jumped
Give
up
me
forward, they got that,
literally 1
and
minute.
They set themselves up with lights are off on top of the pace track, which means we're at 1 lap to green, so we'll be going back, green flag running this next time by almost 2 hours into this race, and they still have time that they need to try and set themselves up with here to go, and they will need to try and get enough running out there to say, right, I am going to put myself in the wheelhouse, because you're now starting to think strategy, you're now starting to think divergence, and you're thinking, can I get a lap here, a lap there? At 86 laps to go, it is 2 pit stops from this point to the end of this race if you are managing the fuel properly. So if you got it, it's there. If you're not managing it properly, it is 3 stops to the end here, but it's more likely in the wheelhouse for those at the front of a 2-stop race between now and the end of this one at 86 laps to go. Brendan Hyperstar will be looking for
How long was
another
that?
good launch off of the start. He's been doing very well against Reska.
Did someone time it?
Andrew Petty sits there in third, was just
Did
about
you
able
time
to
it?
fend
Is it
off
good?
Mia Rose on that last run.
I bet none of you
before
timed
the
that,
big
did you?
incident
Here we go.
struck.
Green, green, green,
flag
green,
back in the air at the
green.
Brickyard, and we continue on here onto
Come on,
lap
Em.
160.
Again, a great start by the Stag, and challenged by Tom 97 this time. Tom 97, a great restart as well, but in the front, everything is line astern, everything as it was during the pace car. Brendan Hyperstar having a good exit, but then again, Reska Kyoto is using maybe the hybrid to get alongside, going to the outside. Will it be side by side into turn 3? It looks like it. Who will have it? Reska Kyoto on the outside. It's Andrew Penny just looking to see if anybody falters.
Great camera
Reska
angle.
not finding a way past at the moment, but that was tricky.
Little
for Brendan
6
Hyperstar.
a 6 hour
Well, remember
tattoo of a
last
tiger.
year how
Fair
Brendan
play.
defended. He used the weight jacker very,
Where are you
well
having it?
to defend with enough
You having it like on your
rotation
arm,
the
like
inside.
sort of
It
bottom,
doesn't
sort of
shock me
like
that this has
forearm?
happened
Where are you
again.
going?
Here comes Tom 97 to the inside.
I'm
of
gonna
the
refund you
Stag,
those
and
points
isn't
there.
going to find a way to get that by Mia Rose, losing out a
Yeah,
place
yeah,
in on that
if you're still
restart.
here, I'm going to
Presley
give you your
Sora now
points
up
back
into
from
fourth.
yesterday as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tom
careful,
just got
Tom. Careful,
finding his drive.
Tom.
Oh, now he does. That was a great exit.
Nice,
but to be fair,
Dragster.
just coming out to the slipstream has lost that.
Is
turn.
that
I tell you
is
what,
that going to be
the Stag
pricey?
using
That
the
quite
turn Mia Rose
expensive?
Troubles on the
just to
back.
game.
Troubles on the back for
come on.
Darius Rush and for
Okay.
Scotty Designs,
Go
by
on,
the way.
Ryan.
They're both in a bit
Oh,
of
dear.
a pickle here, and they both get their toes in a way, so no need for a safety car. Oh, Scotty was upside down.
Oh dear.
Not ideal. Let's see if we can have a look.
Oh,
So, side by
Scotty,
side,
here we go,
Scotty
side
on the
by
inside.
side.
What's going to happen
Scotty's
here?
got the
Scotty very
line.
shallow line on the steering, and Darius nowhere to go.
Holy
Collected.
shit.
Riding the wall there, an absolute wall ride. I mean, we can't enforce a penalty for that one, but very
Holy
stylish.
Jesus.
In the world of Burnout, that might work.
God,
but
blimey.
in the world of
Not
Indy,
true.
actually
It's not
does
cheap,
damage
is it?
that back to the pit lane.
Here comes Mia.
Go on,
They
Mia.
dropped off the back of the top three who are clear. Presley Sora working the high side nice. Going now through the short shoot run to turn 4. Looking for the drive, and Mia leaves respectable amount of space there on that run around, and we'll understand at this point in time that they've got to either collaborate or they've got to get the clearance now sorted immediately. Back to the inside for Mia Rose. Here at 1 and struggling about to get any drive there. Presley Sora works the Oracle again.
What I don't really understand is
Good.
since the previous restart, Mia Rose just was off the pace, lost a second within 2 laps, and now it's the exact same case. Presley Sora is 1.5 seconds off of the leading trio now, with a huge disadvantage.
Oh, trouble! Reese in the barriers then at 3, and he's going to go down then to the infield there with both tyres hanging off.
Well, you're not going to be able to get that one back.
We're looking at the brightly coloured car there. Has he just come across?
I think that's Ryan Elliott.
A little nudge. Oh, a little nudge into Ryan. Oh, I think it might have taken Ryan's front right as well.
I think 61, half a dozen of the other, and sadly no margin of error into the barrier. And will they actually get the camber to get back to the pit lane? That's a big question mark.
Oh, God,
well,
that is
they'll
good.
have the ability to use the weight jacker a little bit there to get the clearance around, so that will certainly be of a help out there. And
Bless him.
Has
He was in. He was in over the weekend, chilling out in here.
Of the stag.
We had, Ryan was in, Scotty was in, GB was in for some races. Like, it's been good. Some of the CS guys talking about.
And we got cars coming out of the pits right now, but they're all looking around, trying to get through cars that are quick, cars that are slow, and giving themselves enough room. Mia Rose now fastest lap as Big T-Max sits.
Go on, Mia.
Yeah, I think Mia Rose must have used the hybrid as well. I think maybe Presley made a tiny bit of a mistake that allowed them to
God,
pass.
the car sounds so
huge
good.
fastest lap right there on the board to regain confidence. 1.3 seconds, though. It's not going to be easy.
Oh, 3-4 wide.
Uh-oh.
It's 4 wide on the back stretch right now with Tiamat Marduk, Lithium Fox, Josh's corner. It could end in tears right now between them. It doesn't.
You little minx. Oh, this looks good. So Tiamat Marduk's in that brightly coloured, like, chameleon car. Oh!
Tiamat Marduk kicks some tail for a little bit of flair. Josh's corner, Lithium Fox and Yellow Vision now sit themselves. This is for about 15.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They'll fight it as if it's for first. Anything to do a bit of battling, especially if you've
I'm loving the Bristolian from my man, John.
You'll be wanting this and
that looked like that was understeering a little bit too much. Yeah. See, John felt the same as well.
Turn 2, so we'll put them under pressure a little bit, but safe for the moment. It looks like Josh's corner is having some struggles with understeer as well, so maybe the weight tracker just not being deployed in the proper tune. For Team Marduk, it's still behind TK, and they're looking pretty comfortable at the moment. They've fended off.
Oh, does TK let him by?
Yeah, Gal 3 wide there in the background and trying to go at it with Ancephalosis and Chesnoy Gaming.
Oh!
Ches!
Oh! Big smash!
In the walls all night.
Oh, Ches has had like 4 crashes.
Ancephalosis in this point, just understeering through that turn 1.
He's out of bounds now is Ches.
Dear me, yeah, it's and that's a huge amount of damage on the
rear. That's so well dodged as well.
That was a great avoidance there. I'm not sure who that was, but a huge avoidance.
Well, huge avoidance has been critical. We've seen a lot of that needing to be understood out there at this point.
So Brennan at the top is 1.1 seconds at the
many
moment.
Towards the rear who have not really had what they have wanted. This is Big T-Mac at the moment working to try and stay with Ryan L83, who has taken the work out there, but will be also looking behind at the returning Josh Merritt.
Yeah, just want to say that was Sloppy Joe in avoidance there of the incident, so well done to them. They did manage to avoid, even though they might need a change of underwear. For Josh Merritt, it's just a case of trying to regain positions. Big T-Mac ahead right now, and They were running in the top 5 earlier on, so it's just been a case of losing positions. They haven't really had the ultimate pace, but the consistency has been there. You can see them running all the way to the concrete, having a little bit of a snap there.
I'm fucking loving this.
Slipstream,
this is great. Like, I really enjoy watching, obviously, the real Indy 500 as well.
Tom 97 Slipstream.
But this is, I'm just like genuinely entertained. It's really good.
At the moment. The gap now up to 1.4 seconds.
I was sort of like a little bit on the fence. Like, do we do it? Like, Watchalong? Do we do it? Do we not? I'm so glad that we have done. It would have been easy to have just maybe sort of had a night off, just chill out and stuff like that, but no. Fucking too right. Like, I'm going to be awake late anyway. Alright, it means that I'm eating dinner a bit late, but who gives a shit?
In front and you don't have a pace advantage, you're burning through the tyres, and then you can get understeer or oversteer. Most likely understeer with the dirty air wash effect through the corner. You can see they're having to lift a little bit in 5th gear, and that's all. And once again, I think that's yellow vision just getting so close to disaster.
God, here we go, the slipstream.
You really don't want to be
see
playing
it
with the barriers at all at this stage in the race.
It's quite a shallow line. That looks very understeery there.
Oh, that's really close once again.
That's a really
leaving no margin
shallow line that he took there.
Switching through entry.
And see, he's lost here. Is that Hayden?
Hayden's going to get an
yeah, Hayden's going to have a
corner right now.
We'll have a little move on the inside.
We're over 10 in here on lap 127 right now, and this will be 11 on the stop. Look, Josh's corner just driving it really well on the outside.
Hayden's got to be careful here.
You don't get places for free off of me. You're going to have to work for it, and Hayden is going to be one of those drivers who needs to understand that he's not going to get everything he wants in life for free on these overtakes. So
just throwing some casual shade at Hayden, like
setting itself up. Strategy still has a point to prove out there. On board with Hayden at the moment. P19 at this stage of the race, having started this one in 38.
What is he wearing there? There's some interesting shades.
Yeah, he's been in the wars as well, and I'll just point out, Josh's corner going stupidly wide, nearly collecting the barrier. He had no choice in doing that, just dirty air washing them out, but very lucky to recover. I think Hayden Gullis not trying to tamper with the wall on turn 2 either, just seeing what happened in front. But it just shout out, by the way, to the race that we have going on at the moment. The fact that I thought it was only 5 laps, we've got that much action happening right now that I'm losing track of the lap count if I don't look at it. So wonderful stuff to see.
72 to go.
Got a lot to go, and I think that was a tag in the background of the barrier, but it looks like they've got away.
Here we go.
I think that might have yes,
Lithium Fox. Yeah, Lithium Fox and no
contact. These guys have got to stop doing that. Tim McMardock just trying to get around the outside, and Lithium Fox nearly running him all the way into the barrier. Incredible stuff. But somehow they keep it all clean and together.
God, they sound so
Tim
good.
McMardock started 34th, Lithium Fox 7th, and Lithium Fox has been trying to recover through. That was a pass for 15th position. And next up on the list will be TK out there in 14th place. So
go on,
try
TK.
And get back on that. It's going to be
someone just had a little hit with the wall back there.
To find that time back again. Where am I going to be gaining those differences? And these drivers right now already almost 20 seconds off of your leader, Brendan Hyperstar. It's staggering the differences now that you'll see. We would have seen it last year. It would have been a slipstream train all the way.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just a sign of how the
sort
of, design has changed on the cars a little bit. So you've got that hybrid boost to get you within that sort of overtaking window, but it is more difficult to follow. You don't have that automatic sort of slipstream pass that you used to have, so staying closer is a lot more difficult. It adds a tactical aspect
Charles
to the game
Wimbley's
where you
looking
don't necessarily want to run
bit
too wide,
racy.
you don't necessarily want to run too close. And for El Tacoman, it does mean that it's easier to defend from Charles Wimbley right now for 11th place. But Charles nearly just tapping the wall there, a puff of smoke, but got away with it once again, reminiscent of what happened to him on lap 1.
Yeah, and they are looking to go and get everything sorted. They are running fixed setup. It is set up identical to Indianapolis 2022 Oval set out there, so that is as close to a baseline as you are going to be seeing, which will mean that they are all locked in with how they've got to really try and work for it. Train near the back of the field getting busy. This is
I just love this. Just this racing action everywhere.
Who's been the victim of Marcus Ericsson twice in this race. B-Roy getting the run now on BM Knoller, who is 6 laps down, but finding out just how easy Struggle Street can be found as Punju now chases down for what will be 21st position.
B-Roy having to back out of that one, just no possibility to be overtaken. That does mean that, you know, Punju can try and get back.
He's not had a good race.
Pretty confident. The smile isn't there anymore. Very much concentration mode you have to be around this circuit, but it's so easy to get it wrong. And I think for B-Roy, it's just a case of you're in that slipstream train. There's no... in the wall!
Oh, hello!
In the wall, and that is a huge tap. They'll be in pit road with a bit of damage. They were lucky to not collect anyone there, and great sort of recognition of the mistake, diving to the inside, into the pit lane, get that repaired.
Well,
ooh, hey!
Tags it, gets the slide across, and can gather it back up immediately, locked up all fours just to confirm that I could get that one into the pit. Lucky he's going to be able to get out and away, having used the fast repairs. So that will set the cycle differently.
That wasn't too crazy. That's one of those that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
a lot worse than it was.
To be fair, so I mean, properly.
Gap's still hovering about 1.1 at the top.
Wow. So close for some of these drivers. Diemgal nearly dropping it there, trying to overtake Punju. B-Roy to the inside as well, just in front of our camera there. Does he get round it? Yes, he does. I think B-Roy has made the overtake work. So it's incredible scenes right there, just going for the opportunistic move, and that is one that he'll be very satisfied from.
Down the inside, Aerotech gives him the space, and not much that you can say or do more about that. That is a comfortable pass.
That didn't really seem to show a lot in the replay. Oh, there's a little tap again.
He clips the wall, coming out of 3. Then as he focuses forward here on this one, and I would like to
Tim at
know
Marduk up to 16, Ethan Fox 50, TK
got that gap down
in
to
14.
It's now back to 1.3. Aerotech pits now with 66 laps to go. It's going to need some fuel saving to get it home from here.
Yeah, I think Aerotech betting on the fact that there will be another caution at some point. It's been relatively clean racing right now with a few incidents, but no big ones, as they say. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. The Stag still being chased down by Tom 97. There's a big gap in front of them. It must be said, 5 seconds. That is too big to close down.
Oh, there you go.
Advantage. So
no, just where I think he's pitting.
Just trying to get himself into the top 6 at the moment.
Yeah, anytime you see some of like the changes on the left-hand side, you sort of instinctively like, oh, you know, oh! That was wall.
Merrin as well is also going to come in, and he's traditionally over the course of this Indy 500, this Creator Series 500 right now here, John, been the one driver who has come in earlier than everyone else.
Indeed, yeah, he loves to do the lift and coast strategy, so we'll have to see whether this works out. It's going to be a bit of a big drive to get back into the big places on the leaderboard at the moment, but never put it past him. He's never a driver you can rule out, isn't that right?
No, you can never rule them out. Likewise, you can never rule out Mia Rose. And I just note here that Hayden Gullis came into pits with 3 wheels on his wagon. He's got into the wall at 4.
Oh, Hayden. God.
Fortunate, yeah, Hayden just not
He's
having the
having
luck
a
in this
great
race.
time of it.
He said he was out of fast repairs, so that might be a long stop, as they say.
That's his last one, I think. So
Oh, here we go. What's he done here?
So you can see this here. Just gets into the safer barrier.
Oh!
Hold it. There's damage. Bang!
I'm not going to comment on the angle of the wheels, because I think that might have been a little bit of frustration turned into the barrier there. Unless it was some very odd damage which turned him into the barrier. But yeah, very unfortunate for him. It can be frustrating when you've had a few incidents and you just keep getting it wrong. So back out on track. One last go, one last opportunity. No more fast repairs. He's got to make this one count.
Definitely does. Josh's corner also in, and Traffic still playing a factor. In comes Brendan Hyperstar. 63, now 62 laps to go. So he'll do 31 and 31 to get there. Followed in by Andrew Petty. Then to make that stop.
De facto leader into the pit. There he is, number 10.
Reska's going to go a little bit
nice
longer.
Livery.
Try and get the overcut sorted. Pay the time now. Gain it back on fresh tyre life later.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one to see whether it works out. I mean, Mia Rose hasn't really shown any potential pace at the moment compared to mid-race. So, or compared to the first third of the race, I should say. Reska Kyoso is looking like the bigger threat to Brendan Hyperstar, so any laps they can do more than Brendan is a net advantage.
Stag and T-Mac are going to have something interesting here down pits, because they're side by side, having
show it then, show it.
Who's going to yield between the pair of them, if any? So now they're going to race side by side off the pits, and T-Mac yields being on the grass.
Yeah, the Stag just pushing them toward the grass, I think, a little bit there, just saying, hey, I've got the outside line, I'll be able to carry the speed.
Quite a few have pitted now. Kyoso and Mia Rose pit as well. Okay.
That's El Taco Man and Spider Bull in the pits there as well. So they've only been able to go one more lap. So Reska Kyoso in the pits and Mia Rose that you just saw there, they will probably drop behind Brendan Hyperstar. And that promotes Tom 97
in the lead now. Okay.
I think Brendan's taken a
Charles Wimbley has been driving really well tonight. Like, been making quite a few overtakes.
Coming through turn 2, so Reska's gone for a full fill here, and this might work. Tom 97, now longest of those at the front, makes that call, jumps in, and now
then, we've got what, 61 laps to go. Sadly, Darth, I don't think Mr. Shootwaffle is going to be bringing it home anytime soon. I am sorry to say. Who's your money on? Answers on a postcard. Who do you think is a surely? Surely Brendan.
It's very easy to get it home and dry.
Yeah, for sure, and there's the advantage as well for Brendan Hyperstar of having a lighter fuel.
That's going to be the bookie's favourite.
If you've got some clean air and no traffic, so it can be a case of creating that little bit of a gap. Just make sure you
That's disgraceful, but it is better out than in, I'm afraid. Like, I don't make the rules. You can
maybe get a little bit of a gap. He'll be at a bit of a disadvantage still if Reska can make it to the end, but effectively you're bargaining on pace at that point. As I think that was Yellow Vision in the pits as well, locking it up, nearly putting it into the barrier.
Well, he's lucky he didn't get a speeding penalty. How late he had trying to get that slide. We'll
flying
here
in.
On replay as he worked
break,
in. You can see
break.
He's now got to try and hit his mark. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. It was all locked up trying to get it stopped.
Ericsson was on the left-hand side. That's why he had to take avoiding action right there, obviously. So Yellow Vision doing well to avoid Marcus Ericsson and not hit the barrier. Oh, Ben! Oi, that was so close. A tap of the wall, but still in the race. You can only do that so many times before it bites you.
Well, 7 to pit. Charles Wimbley, TK, Tim Marduk, B-Roy, Punju, and Sparks. And there goes Sparks in now to make this one all work it out.
Come on, Ben, make some of it.
Brendan Hyperstar,
so Ryan is down in 16.
He's got a gap of 2.6 seconds. He'll be very happy with the works here.
Punju up in P5. I mean, that man's surely got a box
soon. In the cycle. So that's going to be something that I think that in these final stages, they are looking to set themselves out and say, look,
this is where it's going to start getting a bit juicier. So there's probably going to be one more round of pit stops after these. But
Way in the pits, off cycle from everyone else at the moment.
It's sort of like you start getting to the point where those little half chances that you might
right now we've got
sort of hold back a little bit for, you'll end up going for.
A great race for themselves as well. They're sort of with a big gap, 5 seconds out from TK at the moment. So their recovery in this race has been nothing short of spectacular, and that is somebody you have to watch as well, because they're driving themselves into a pit window where they could possibly make a one-stop work from here as well. So
wait for the straight.
That might be a strategy where silently they come
out
back
to
into
in.
play.
There you go. Move out. Oh, don't go to the right. You were never going to overtake him on the right.
And it's going to move to the left-hand side. Try and get the clearance here on Tiamat Marduk to go through. The driver in 3rd place and who is 11 seconds down. Punju now pit, so it's just Wimbley, TK and Tiamat Marduk who are out longer than anybody else. And I'm looking at this going, well, they can't go much further, and they're probably giving themselves about 10 to 15 laps on their fuel by the end of this one. In comes race leader Charles Wimbley.
Yeah, indeed. Oh,
yeah, only a few left to pit for this sort of round.
On the fuel from now there, so they'll be hoping that there's a pace car. They just needed to go another six laps, according to my calculations, and it could have been possible, but that's going to be a heavy lift and coast. As once again battling with Tim McMurdoch, and yeah, that is just a lapped car, I think, getting past and just doing the work in terms of the pace. But Tim McMurdoch, I think, maybe struggling on tyres here because definitely
so
drifting
he's still
wide in every corner.
He's the effective leader, obviously.
Proving to be difficult. Look, the shine's gone off of the
Ooh,
tyres there of those Firestones, and so that is going to be the indicator then.
Well past my bedtime.
He needs to come in soon.
I think, like, Monday this week, I'd been asleep about an hour at this point. I felt knackered.
Last time he crossed the line over Resca, so the traffic's really played its part, and the fresh tyre life from Resca of a 1 lap's advantage back into placement with it. As in has come both TK and Tiamat Marduk. It leaves now as well with that final pit stop in. Brendan Hypestar back in control with 54 laps to go, but by no means clear.
No, it's by no means done at all. As Resca Kyoto has actually closed back onto Brendan Hyperstar. So
that gap is,
5 seconds.
It's come down quite a lot.
With the, well, just the traffic perhaps, and maybe some fuel saving by Brendan Hyperstar. It gives confidence to Resca Kyoto that they've been able to catch them, and they've dragged Andrew Petty as well along. Miro's getting dropped as well once again. So whatever is going on with the pace of that car, it has not been fixed by a pit stop. So that is a recipe for concern. For
I love the pit exit.
It's different strategies now towards the end of the race.
Oh no!
Almost contact there for Josh's corner, and he's lost it. Josh's corner's lost it. Rose has gone into it and into the barrier.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
Throw everything up. There's got to be a safety car for that. A massive accident with your leaders here with 53 laps to go. Oh, that's a huge old hit.
Oh, we just completely lost it.
For clarification, that was not the type of different strategy that I was talking about. That's a heavy hit. That's a huge hit. And that's something that you won't
Bro
expect
went
as
flying.
Well.
Bro hit that car so hard, it disappeared.
Again, on the wrong line. And Mia Rose didn't do anything wrong, really. They were trying to get to the inside, and
damn,
there was no room at all. Incredible.
No room at the end.
Never mind, Mia.
52 laps to go.
Okay. Well, that's my money gone, isn't it? That's my bet done.
And critically, we'll have to go at this.
$2,000 down the drain. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the good news is you've got nothing left to lose.
Ryan's up into P10.
That can unlook the pace.
Tom P12. Okay.
You know, the drive to go with the race. I'm sure they've had the drive right from the start.
Interesting.
So, yeah, devastated for them, really. But someone has to get unlucky. That's just the rule of oval racing, and at the end of the day, it was them. So I can't say it was a disastrous incident either. Just Josh's corner losing it. And I'm
going to say it was a bit disastrous, if I'm completely honest.
The perfect amount of distance to have no way to back out of it.
Wow.
What's this here?
Take another look. There's the tap.
Oh, there's a little wobble.
That unsettles Josh's corner's corner. And ultimately, with that unsettlement, car's balance not there, and Mia Rose ends up launching into the catch fencing.
Yeah. I mean, if they went, let's analyse it a little bit. If they went to the inside, onto the concrete, they probably would have spun into the barrier. If they went to the outside, they wouldn't have made the corner and it would have gone into the barrier. So,
yeah, kind of. By the way, it's such like a little, it's a little wobble, isn't it?
A heavy hit, by the way. So possibly some damage contributed to that. Yeah, definitely damage.
Can't believe the car's like gone on the back of that.
From the corner starts spinning, Mia Rose has no way to avoid or survive that incident.
It's a
major
moment, and now we've got a lot of cars then looking to come in. Sloppy Joe, by the way, has spun it, trying to get onto the pit lane out there. So Smileable, Reese, the Stag, B-Roy right now. Presley Sora is going to take some
cold tyres,
try and get the line. I think we're too far out, John, to say you can make it on a tank from here to the end. But if you get enough cautions, you've got a half a chance.
Yeah. You would be pushing it, as I said a few laps ago. You really have to pray for another pace car, effectively. But there you go. You know, sometimes you have
This
to.
is still
just,
a replay
wing it
right
and see
now.
what happens, really. You know, if you're at the back of the pack,
What's
why
the-
not try a different strategy? Why not hope for chaos? At the end of the day, maybe it'll pay off. And you know, at some point, if you're outside of the top 10, you must say, well, I want the
This
top
is
10
still a
results, so I'm
replay
going
according
for
to
it
the top
anyway. And,
left.
how many times have we seen
I
in
don't
the
think
last
you can
10
see
laps
that
of
part,
this race that all hell breaks loose and someone from outside the top 10 suddenly ends up with a podium?
George's score
It
has been here
happens
for
more
3
often than you
minutes.
think it
Damn.
does, but they know they're only here for the win and nothing else will matter. P3 will be nice,
Oh,
but nice won't
that's
do
why.
it. This is what happened there on the
wow.
banking. Oh, there goes the front.
That was also slightly designed.
That was why we were on
there
board.
as well, so that's been
Yeah.
an interesting bit of contact. I think both of them looking at their respective incidents, going, "Oh, you too as well? Yeah, that's not gone well." And that turn 4 is always very tricky because you're obviously approaching onto the main straight, and it kind of just dips a tiny little bit, maybe by a degree or two, but you lose that traction on the exit. And so many times we've seen people pile into that outside barrier or just get a little bit of oversteer and spin onto the
barrier
inside just through a minute change in the angle
exit.
or the degree of change of the banking.
We do have wave arounds to get through, and we've got cars at least 6 laps down in the form of VM Knoller, who is going to need to continually wave around and get back to the leading lap. The likes of Darius Rush and Mia Rose trying to get there. Josh's corner, Scotty Designs. Reese, who has had a tough day at the office, he's been trying to pull himself back into position and knows just how
so there's a fair few that
important
need to unlap
it is
themselves.
to get around in this place.
So I reckon it's going to be
Say,
probably
"Look, I'm
towards like
going
a
to
46.
need to get back on that leading lap." It is a gift for
Maybe.
many to get that chance to go for it again. But the issue that they run into is what happens when you're down in 30th position. You're outside the top 20, the top 15. How aggressive do you need to be? Presley Sora with that stop. 13th. Now that is going to be important because now you've got the trade-off between the haves and the have-nots.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be something to we go about to see people. I think they're just trying to bait people into the pits at this point.
the final
very common
quarter.
strategy. But it wouldn't surprise me to see
this
someone
Indy
just pick to
500.
try a
I
different
got it, like, we've been
strategy,
live
pick
for
to
what? Just a little
maybe get
bit
some
south
fresh
of 3 hours.
Tires as well at the restart. That's
For me,
something that
anyway,
you can see
it is
as well,
flown by.
is in trying to extend
I don't know
this
how it
thing,
feels for
even if
you
you're
guys, but this is
coasting, you're still
absolutely
using up the
rocketed
tires.
by.
So if you go longer on the fuel, there is that potential.
This is what, fourth,
that you
maybe
will wear
fifth
out the
sort
tires
of
anyway and
big
be
safety
in
car?
serious trouble at the end of the race. I think that's what happened.
Could have been a
last time
lot
with
more.
Brendan Hyperstar. The reason Alex Gillen could get a lot closer at the end of the race last time is because they were on fresher tires.
And now I look at Reska Kyoso here. I look at Andrew Petty. At what point do you start playing the same tricks as Brendan? Getting that extra rotation, forcing yourself to basically pinch him down and put him in a place where he's uncomfortable. Because right now, Brendan's been cushy right now in his palace, his palatial estate at the front of the field.
That's
He's
a good
made
word,
himself
palatial.
comfortable. He's got a bit of Art
Yeah, fan
Deco
of
on
that.
the wall. It's just a question of who's going to sneak through the cat flap and decide to steal all his valuables.
But the thing is with that strategy is you
Right.
only catch someone off guard with that once. So you want to try that, and you want to do that when it counts. It's a very risky
That
one
was such
because
like
if
an
you're
almost
not
Alan
used to
Partridge
using the weight jacket
style
to get
bit of
really
commentary.
maximum risk versus reward, you can be in the barrier. But you want to wait until the last 5 laps where it actually matters, where you want to be
Ooh, that's
realistically ahead. And yeah,
But they're
if
not
you can't-
holding that.
I know.
Here's the issue. If they can't get it done on the first lap of a restart, Brendan walks away. That's been the story of this race. If they can find a way
Yeah, you
to
gotta
pin
do
him
it
down
early.
through turn 3 and say you're going to stay down low, you're going to be uncomfortable.
Like, this is the thing, the extended
that's gonna make
periods
life a
of
lot
like
easier
racing that
for
has
Reska
happened,
Kyoso, for
Brendan
Andrew
has been able to
Petty.
build
You
up that
almost
gap
have
to sort of
race
like
the
1
entire
and a
race
half, like
out at this
even a
point
little
with
bit
49
further.
laps to go as Hayden
So if
comes
you're
in
going to
again.
do it, you've got to
You
make
almost
sure
have to
you're
risk the
doing
race
it
now
like early
because
doors.
You don't have a guarantee.
And then you've got to
that
try and
this
hold it
race
from
is
that
going
point.
to have another safety
great
car
views
out
there of Hayden's
Odds
car.
say there will be. There's no guarantee. This is the final quarter of the race. It's gloves off. It's knuckle dusters on.
Indeed, I just want to say Hayden Gullis will have a huge stack of tyres ready to recycle after this race. He's taking advantage of that rule that unlimited tyres are available for drivers, and I think Firestone are having to up the production just for this race alone for Hayden. I don't think they're free, sadly, but there you go.
They might not be free, but don't you think that Gareth would quite want them on his quote-unquote tap wall?
I'm sure it would be a welcome addition to the Gareth Allen production box, and I'm sure we'd never see his face on camera after that if he did put them in the background. So you win some, you lose some, as they say. But just going back to what you were saying, Jake, I think also Reska might be just containing the pace a little bit.
So we said it'd be like around about a lap, like with 40. I say lap 46, idiot. 46 to go.
That a long-term strategy play?
See, I don't think there's too many of you that will remember it, but back in the day with F1, you used to have it kind of like in the centre of your screen. It would be a countdown of laps. Same time. So it would start like with say 56 or 56, and it would go back to 1
at the moment, and they're sitting in your top 2.
Sort of like laps left.
And they have been top 2 pretty much all evening.
I'm showing my age a little bit there. I will admit.
They will look at Andrew Petty, who has been a very good third out there. Josh Merrin's fought his way really well to get back to 4th. He's got pace. It
is interesting when you do watch like older races. The graphics which they use now are very, very good. Like, yeah, like compared to the graphics of old. Oh my god. It's definitely better and clearer, and I just think visually a little bit nicer. But yeah, there is something about some of the nostalgia and actually being able to see the gaps down to 3 digits after the decimal point, not just 1.
Will not have a chance to fight for the win.
So that's reverse commentator's curse. That means there won't be any cautions, and everybody's going to be running out of fuel at the end of the race. It'll be interesting to see, though, Jake, that's for sure. I think definitely drivers are going to start being aggressive. That's just the reality of a racing driver.
We called it. What was it, 47, 46 to go?
Who gets lucky and who doesn't. I think definitely the ones to watch, Tom 97, Big Team Mac, they've been making up the positions. Josh Merrin, P4 as well, might be on some lighter fuel indeed.
Go on, Ryan.
They may be able to get the jump on the big 3 at the top at the moment. So there's a lot to look out for. Tim Marduk as well, P11. They're known for being quite aggressive.
Presley Storer in 12th place would be a very important character to look at with the fresh tyres. How aggro do you want to be with 46 laps to go at Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Here we go.
This Brickyard has seen it all.
Get ready for green.
Brendan Hyperstar has the control of when to launch and launches, so that's a pretty decent getaway, but it was well matched by Reska Kyoso and Andrew Petty as they worked their way into 1.
Come on then, Kyoso, make it interesting. Put a little challenge on Brendan.
In the middle, and as they go into turn 1 and off the exit there with the likes of Charles Wimbley,
I think there's a few changes happening a bit further back.
So immediately down to the bottom. Then they go and Reska leaves a lot of space then for Brendan Hyperstar to come back and say, look, I want to command my area of the circuit. Again, tries the outside, again understeer.
So yeah,
just no room there. The marble.
Come on, make it interesting.
Lithium Fox up to
push him
as well. Getting past T Good and the Sparks and the Stag battling as well.
Yeah, give him come on.
Bang! DM Gal and Smiler Ball's in trouble. They're up in the catch fence right now. One safety car's in there. Tracks jam. Big one's happened.
Dear me.
Oh, another safety car.
Again, let's see.
It's getting crazy now.
Already off track, has been collected from the rear there. So that incident has happened, I think, a little bit before that, where something has gone wrong. Maybe
what's happened here then?
Oh, it's Wimbley. It's Wimbley first, and then everyone has an issue in avoidance. Okay. So they're going to get onto the scene here. There's Charles Wimbley, who's there in the green and yellow, right at the front of shot. You're just going to miss the rear stepping out. He's going to go around on the exit, and then everybody scatters and panics. And that's what happens late on in races.
Oh, my God.
There's at least 5 cars that I see will make that 6 in the barrier. So that is going to be a huge amount of...
Yeah, I love it.
And as you said, Jake, there's at least an extra caution in this one. You were quite right.
Give me the carnage.
Well... Sometimes you just have a feel for a race, and you can
this,
see
this,
here,
this, oh, okay.
Oh, the back snaps quickly.
So
there.
it snapped, and then it's just, yeah, it's all the avoiding action and collision and just.
Mia takes a
Oh, is
massive
that
hit,
is that Ben
across.
getting through with that? Oh,
Ben
Hayden
catch
got
fence, and
Hayden
that's a
again.
Huge bit of concern there for
So
many
much
that have been
carnage.
caught up in what has
Hayden,
been
how many
a
pit stops has
very
that man
tough
had?
incident.
Yeah, Hayden not being able to avoid contact there, trying to dive to the inside. I think, though, that's them on track, so I think they've actually somehow gotten away with it. I don't think they had any fast repairs left, so maybe they've just got some, like, damage. It looked like Hayden. It looked like his livery in any case, so maybe
That's Scotty, I think, with some damage as well.
Some swapping of liveries or something, but I definitely think it was Hayden that collected them at the ends there, but they're still out on track with no damage. And I tell you what, is that TK driving around with 3 wheels?
Yeah, 3 wheels on his wagon. Here's his view of it. Trying to get out of the way. Just about avoid it. Get collected. And now you're in the roller coaster. Try and avoid that. Oh, well, that's worse than a teacup ride. And if you think you were going to get through that, okay, you'd be a couple teddy bears short of a picnic.
I was about to say, that is like the roller coaster ride a little bit too far from me there. I was dizzy from that one.
Yeah, there's the wobble. And then,
I mean,
yeah, and you see Ben just like getting all the way through.
They were taking the correct line. It's just the car of... every car, to be
old
fair,
F1 games, I would argue, had better crash mechanics as well. You would get crashes like this.
Try and keep your line, hold your line.
It was way more interesting.
That's the way it goes.
Damn.
And you can... It's, yeah, just trying
it's
to
like
see
fish jumping out of water. Just...
And that...
Oh my god.
I mean, it's just a huge incident for everyone involved. Everyone has either spun twice or ended up on their roof.
Love it.
Or lost the wheel.
Absolutely love it.
Call, as you say, Jake, the big one.
Right.
Yeah, here's a look
this is
then.
another on board.
Further back, just trying to drive through.
Oh god, yeah. Oh
nowhere to go,
god.
Nowhere to go. Try to hold the brakes. It's not much you can do. Yeah, Hayden does about get the contact. I think he just gets away with it.
I can't believe that. And he says he gets no luck. Well, we can show this replay to him sometimes.
Yeah, he gets luck. It
How's
might
that
be once in a blue moon luck, but he gets luck.
That's for sure. I also want to point out, just through watching the replays, I'm trying to analyse it a little bit, that a lot of drivers just reacted a bit... It's going to feel weird what I'm about to say. A lot of drivers reacted too soon to the incident, and they ended up collecting each other in incidents even before they'd reached the cars that were already in trouble.
Yeah.
So a lot of incidents like Punju's incident happening even before they'd reached the accident zone.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're going to slam on the brakes. You're obviously going to upset the balance of the car, and then... Yeah, rather than just sort of almost like a lift and avoid, like, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Period, he might be good from here, but you're normally talking 40 to go. If you pit with 40
there shouldn't be too many to unlap either.
If it divulges into a caution fest, and if it does,
well, I say that, I mean, Josh Corner,
like
goodness me, he's in for another 3 minutes. Unsafety car 2 in for 2 minutes.
And get their final splash and dash to get home. You move up the order, you get into a safe place, you hold on and hope for a lot of carnage.
For sure, we've already had a lot of carnage. I don't know how many cars can survive the next lot of carnage, because I'm looking at the fast repairs, and I can tell you it's a seas of zeros or ones at the moment. And
so you've got 42 to go. There's obviously going to be a few more laps of this. I mean,
it's looking like one fast repair left. Hayden Gullis actually has one fast repair left, according to this. So a lot of drivers on 3 as well, so they have to play it really, really cool. And the top 3 have not used a single fast repair all race. They
burgers and rice is starting to look quite appealing right now.
Race.
I am getting.
You know what they say?
A bit
not everybody
can
have
free because Scotty Designs is in this race.
They've paid the Scott tax and they are free.
Imagine having a tax like that. That's not great. But ultimately, this is going to be one of those where I think you're just sitting and you're trying to get a little bit of green flag running. Anything from now could be the run to the end of this race. And I think the drivers at the front are trying to bank on it, and the drivers in the rear are trying not to. And
this is the thing. I don't know how, like, for how many laps they can go.
This aggressive? How do you want
like,
to be
I don't know, like, at what point
Indy
is sort of ideal to sort of
I
pit.
think the best and the worst in drivers.
It's more tyres than fuel.
You have the best because you can be out there at the front and showing what you're all about. You can have the worst in the sense of you will do, as a sim racing driver or a racing driver, anything you can to win.
Yeah, and there's always that thing of when you get to the double digits to go, as I say, is that you see the gap, you look at the gap and think, I can make that. I definitely can make that. And 9 times out of 10, you definitely can't make that.
Correct.
And you go spearing into the wall or collect a driver.
Yeah.
We've seen it with the other
That's why you
on the inside.
you shouldn't like just trust it, because Ayrton Senna said it once.
Yes.
One more lap.
Fucking
the
hell.
likes of Darius, Rush,
Josh's
and
corner is
Smileable
in there for
still
like
need to get their
6
final
minutes.
lap around. Hanju currently 3 laps down. The unsafety car is 2 down. And then you've got Josh's corner at 4 down, potentially, without those fast repairs to go and work with. So they'll get back into position, and that will be enough then to say, let's go back running. And the fact that we are stretching out and elongating out there is going to make a difference. So
bound to be another couple of these safety cars, because there's going to be a few more.
It would sit ourselves down.
Give me a few more daring overtakes, isn't there? There's just going
here
to
at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, right on the critical point between a lot or not. And there's a look at Mr. Lucky.
And I just want to point out the lovely tat in the background, which I agree with once again, because I know that's why Gareth has pulled up this image. Hayden's still smiling, to be fair, so he's still in good spirits, waiting to go. He's got nothing to lose in this race, to be fair. If he gets into the top 10, well, he's P13 at the moment, actually, with all the incidents that have gone on. So,
go on, Hayden.
Yeah, top 10 is actually very possible, looking at that now.
Yeah, it is possible, and we'll see whether that is going to be one that sets itself as we've got this one in a heartbeat, getting this towards the end of the race. This has been a long slog.
I just heard like a load of noise outside.
Too much of Brendan Hyperstar, who's been out there at the front. Reska Kyoso has got to find a way
that sounds
to
weird, not
this
doing,
Rubik's
you know,
Cube
putting things in bins.
Because,
like,
quite simply put, John, it's been to create a Series
dear.
500 where they haven't been able to solve the magic that the i5 G10 has been able to do.
Well, fair play to the
I
peeps
mean,
that's still here and
just
watching
got
and
that
enjoying. It's
strategy
been a
book.
good
He's got
old
that
3 hour
spreadsheet, as
stint
he's talked about in the past,
so
where
far.
He has just
I'm not sure who's going to still be knocking him out, but speak now, forever hold your
everything
peace.
that could go wrong, basically.
I'm sure Darth's still in here
absolutely
somewhere.
mapped out what he has to do, what he should avoid doing, and so basically to beat him, you have to outdrive him. You have to find something to go faster.
Yoshi's
you have
back
to find
in. Hello,
something,
Yoshi.
as you said previously, Jake, to put him under pressure right from the get-go, perhaps,
Safety guys,
to just make sure that he can't run away with his own strategy. And that's
40
when
to
we
go.
see Brendan Hyperstar under pressure. We saw it during the Crater Series.
I kind of hope that we
season,
have just a
where
really,
Reska
really
Kyoso,
good
with a little bit
stint
more pace, was just
of
able
good racing,
to
good
make
green
Brendan
flag
Hyperstar
racing.
uncomfortable, and then he makes a mistake.
Right,
But we'll see.
39 laps to go. Pace truck in. Could this be the final
go,
run of the day, or will there be more twists to go yet? This is where Reska Kyoso needs to be really, really alert. I think it's got to be a little bit more bullish out there. Lovely jump this time, though, by Brendan Hyperstar. And immediately Lithium Fox gets a lovely jump as well from 6th position. Critically gets alongside but doesn't overtake El Taco Man, and he's going to get the clearance here to move up into 6th place. That's a lovely launch.
Yeah, Lithium Fox, once again, the last 2 restarts have been absolutely trailblazing, and they are up in there and still in the slipstream as well. And I think that is D Gooden trying to get the overtake done also. So
Come on,
El Taco Man under so much pressure.
Come on.
Boxed in as well. You can see D Gooden has got the move done on the inside at the moment. Reska Kyoto just looking for any way past, not the move going at the moment, but putting immense pressure on Brendan Hyperstar, and Andrew Petty dropping back a little bit, but still within slipstream. This could be the opportunity. This may be the last opportunity, at least in this green flag running. Not close enough for the moment. Reska Kyoto will have to find another way.
What I note as well is there was an incident coming to the restart with Charles Wimbley, and so the issue there that set itself about is that there were a couple of unhappy characters. Mia Rose was one of them back there going, it's a single file restart. How does it go? El Taco Man then is going to lose a place then to
Ryan up
Goodin,
to
and
P11.
Fox
Go
trying
on,
to
lad.
get past Big T-Mac here. for a top 5 placement here. So this would be huge
See,
to try
look
and
at that
drag
gap
back.
already,
Carl
like
Slow trying
half
to
a
get to the pits.
second
Carl
already.
Spinning is El Taco Man in front of the field, bang!
Uh-oh.
Big issue then is it's going to be Aerotech's caught up in it. There's a yellow that's going to come out for Sloppy Joe.
Oh, he can't put the brakes on. He's got no wheels to put the brakes on. I was drifting onto the inside of the corner there.
Good lord. Is this going to go to like... Is this going to go to timing?
Corner, as you can see. So, I mean, that was a big one. That was a big shunt. It needs
Josh's corner
to
still in the pit lane.
resetting the fields there because a lot of drivers have been caught up in that one. And I think once again we're about to see.
So you're looking at Team America car.
Something much larger. So
he loses it a little bit, and then the tap.
El Tacoman had nothing really to do with that. Just collected and then drifting back onto the path. That is, oh no.
Tried so hard to get that stop before it came back up, but ultimately a passenger there. You can see the side pod try to fall off the side there, and basically
I love this damage
the
model.
stricken eagle formation there for the Americana machine.
Ooh,
that is what happened.
Holy Jesus! That's Charles Wembley.
Yeah, that is not really good at all. Just even before they've gone.
Damn.
That is Wembley, I think, at the back.
There's quite a few out, yeah.
Spinning round, so some drivers checked up. I think that maybe it may have been TK checking up, but there might have been a driver in front, and something has gone wrong before then. Somebody misread the start.
I think someone's gone and then it's had to hit the brakes, and it's
so here
the
we go.
quintessential freeway or motorway incident there that you think they're all going. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. And TK's the bystander.
Yeah,
that's
TK
like
hit the brakes, locked up, and then spun. So Marcus,
like Magello, wasn't it? With Grosjean, the sort of like, are you going? Are you not?
You can say it's the fault of those behind for not recognising and understanding it.
Damn.
We do have big T-Mac in
for
that final stop of the race.
Oh, Ryan up to P8. Go on, Ryan.
Anyone who picks from this point onwards.
Hayden's 15, Miro's 14.
And so
Ben's 12th. Okay. Yeah, it's a good few that are out.
Early to get his positioning. The issue will come though if you go to the back of the pack now. What if you get caught up in something?
Yeah, that is the tricky part. That is the let's say the risk that you take. It's happened now to a lot of drivers, and I think it's a big risk to take, judging what's happened on the last 2 restarts. But surely it can't happen 3 times, right?
Yes.
So let's see.
Yes, it can.
If it can happen twice, it can happen a 3rd time. Hello,
correct.
Everyone. Jake Sperry, John Harris here, bringing you all of the coverage. And this is going to be a long old
fair play to these two.
Laps to go at
they have done so good.
The nerves are going to start
with the commentary like so far.
Drivers. The expectation.
But yeah, final 35 is going to be interesting.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, and just looking at the fastest laps at the moment from everybody, the top 5 is literally 40.6, within a couple of thousandths of a second for some of them. So the pace advantage, the pace difference is basically nothing. So the drivers are going to have to find something special to do the overtakes. Or will it be pressure?
Josh Merrin and Andrew Petty have both come in from 3rd
okay,
and
so there's
4th.
some pit stops
They've
happening now.
Now is the go-home lap for them, and they are looking at this one, John, as
so
we
fuel
will
and
take
tyres
this
then
risk
to go
now
to the end.
and hope that it will pay off, because we will get the track position on Brendan and Reska. This is the risk late on in this race. How long can you risk it? And I think this is the perfect time right now to come in and get that service. They are going to be behind various drivers out there as they leave pit lane. But
every time we see Hayden Gullis's livery, it makes me think of those like snack bars. 20, you know what I mean? Like the little chocolate bars are like little squares, like crunchy little squares. It looks like it's those type colours. Although his is maybe more blue than purple, but
that has thrown the cat amongst the pigeons.
If you know, you know.
I really do think that staying out right now is just leaving yourself open to what you've just said. The fact that if there's
Nolly has not had a good race at
then
all.
you have to spend all of that time.
Like the fact that their
pit lane
P10 is
with everyone else green flag
unbelievable,
running,
quite
making up
frankly.
maybe 20, 30 seconds up on you, depending on where they come out in the pack right now. So
but that's also, look, you got pit stops
very
happening and
tricky
things
for
like
all
that.
of them,
So.
and that will weigh on the minds of the top 3. That's for sure. They will now be thinking, well,
But
now what? Because we have the pace, but we need to actually make sure this is a fast restart and that we gain another gap.
Well, not only can we gain a gap, it will also
Hey,
be one
imagine
of
if we
these
got a little
restarts
fox
where you
on
are just
podium.
desperate to get clear. You're desperate to try and start running. And I would,
Ooh,
if I was in this position right now, if I was Brendan Hyperstar, I would leave it to the last available moment and sow as much chaos as I can behind on this restart.
For sure, and also create the dirty air. I agree with you totally. You just want to leave
Dirty
it till
air.
the start-finish line, then boot it and make sure that Reska Kyoso has the most understeer into turn 1, so they have to back out. So, you know, that's what you have to do as a racing driver. You have to play the rules and the elements against the other drivers, and that's how you win. So, Brendan Hyperstar is a clever cookie, so let's see what he cooks up.
He's not wrong.
Well, I'm hearing Andrew say, I am heavily banking on another caution. I don't think you are. I think banking on the caution gets you the track position. I think not banking on it is a recipe that you win the end game on a fuel save. So if he can't realise that he can't fuel save this one to win, he might be in a little bit of trouble here. He is going to be in Lyco mode into a few corners, and someone's got to get into his ear and tell him that, because he is in a wonderful position, and that is going to be difficult. And I am just going to note that our director might be going blind at the moment for the final few laps because his son has moved the telly remote. That is something that you don't often get to hear from the daily lives and troubles of producers.
I think that's what's called generational talent.
Amazing.
But apparently he has fixed the issue, so we will have producers.
Does it go to time? I mean, time, they got like 4 hours 40 and stuff like that, so I think they'll be fine. Oh, the thought of Gareth scrabbling around to try and find the remote is hilarious.
32 laps to go here at Indianapolis, and if this was an NFL game, this would be the 2-minute warning.
For sure. Okay. This is the restart where if you mess it up, it's going to hurt your race to a point you probably won't be able to recover it right now.
It's going to be this lap that we go green then.
Fox have been really great.
Hopefully, it's going to be a good 33 laps of racing. There's been a good like 30 laps of like very stop-start
racing.
Interesting
to see also, the stakes are really high. This is possible.
Oh my god.
I know the pace car can be driven through at some points, but that will be distracting for the
Gareth is like his producer. He looks at Gareth Allen. He basically looks
nearly
after
an oversteer moment for whoever that
like
was.
Create a series.
That was Bunju pushing it at 11 tenths here, trying to get.
So he doesn't drive. I don't think he does. I don't think I've ever seen him drive, but he's like producer, does a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
There goes El Taco Man. The cause of the last caution will now go to 1 lap down.
Put it this way: when Gareth sends you a message on Discord, you read it.
That this race is going to come down to the finest margin.
No, he manages all of like the production and stuff.
YouTubers who are going to be giving the hunt here to Brendan Hyperstar on this restart. I look around.
No, I don't think Gareth
where Big T-Mac is. He's 25th. I
don't know. Not unless he's like one of the like one of the unsafety cars or something. I'm
in
not sure.
60th.
I think he was.
Are looking to work up the
I didn't think he was driving.
We've got tyre advantage right now. We might as well go and use it. How many heat cycles have they gone through to make the tyres no good? At this point, they're going to have to be careful about how many restarts they've got. And that's an early launch here from Brendan Hyperstar as let's get ourselves back to green flag running. Reska Kyoto, I'm not sure was
good in caught napping a little bit.
Definitely wasn't. B-Roy and Ryan L83, 5th and 6th fighting as we go to 1 and 2.
Go on, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan really getting boxed in there as well. Lucky to defend. And that's Yellow Vision just trying to attack there. Not finding a way past, but you can see at the front there. That's a battle. Reska Kyoso, I think, going for the overspeed.
Come on, Kyoso.
Start defending to the inside, so not
go on!
Room.
Go on!
Kyoso gets the overspeed, though, but Brendan still has
go on! Hold it!
Inside, still keeping that Ricky line, and Reska Kyoso, millimeters from the wall. Can you believe it?
Well, it's going to get a run now out of 4.
Here we
It's
go.
going to use the banking better. And Brendan Hyperstar, for the first time in about 100 laps, is going to be under
Go on,
pressure
Kyoso.
here. Right now, Lithium Fox.
Oh, no, he
And again,
almost
he's going to pay off
like
right
little
now
switch
for
back.
Mr. I5G. So again, Reska Kyoso in trouble.
Come on.
Trying to find this run. Isn't going
Yeah,
to get one
yeah,
here.
that's what I thought it
Ruju
was.
Immediately trying to shake off that draft. There's big gap starting to form out there. Mia Rose still very much a factor in this race. She's trying to get by Tiamat Marduk in a battle of the Aussies out there for placement. But for the moment, it's Brendan just holding his ground and knowing that there is still ways to go if you want to try and win this Creator Series 500.
This is the more aggressive Reska Kyoso that we saw at the start of the race. Brendan Hyperstar is not out of the woods yet. He's going to have to defend another
Buy
lap
time.
at least.
Like, if you've not got it done now, then you just need to...
Just staying there.
You need to build up.
You don't really need to maximise the track. He just has to stay on that line and make sure the Reska Kyoso can't get a humongous exit. I think that's Josh's corner, exiting the pit lane there to just getting a bit of slipstream, possibly to Lithium Fox. Lithium Fox dropping 0.5 of a second.
Yeah, you're almost
back,
at a point where it's
a really
fully
challenging
flat.
window to be in at the moment. They're not in a position to overtake. Reska Kyoso still 0.3 of a second. It's still game on if you have the hybrid.
And that's the key. You've got that hybrid energy that's going to give you an extra 150 at least to go and push along here the straight. So they know that they've got a lot that they can help with. They can be tactical with it. They can maybe think about when's the right time to go and start burning that down to the ground. But
well, Mia Rose was our bet. Oh, she might get a run on Ben here.
Marduk, not much help here from Presley. Saw her in front.
Oh, she's getting a nice little bit of...
How long left to go for him and his strategy? Mia,
this is what we're watching it on YouTube. This is exactly where we're watching it.
And try and work the outside of 4, but I think Mia's got clearance.
Yeah, Tim
we will catch you tomorrow, no doubt, though, Yoshi. Oh, nice.
A little bit on the exit, got away.
Come on then, Mia.
No puncture, no damage, everything good for the moment. But
see you tomorrow for some racing, my man.
Rose to the inside. Presley not defending it. I don't think they were expecting Mia Rose to go to the inside, but it's still too wide. And that may just be Mia Rose just going one too far, not having the traction on the inside, not having the overspeed.
You say that?
But, yeah, they're still alongside.
I think Mia's going to have
gonna be a corner,
here
like...
into turn 3. So
no,
that'll be
good,
another one for her. Back up into 7th position. Next up on the list will be to get to Yellow Vision, but the train has gone. And now it's going to be about settle yourself in here. 27 across the line, left to go. And now you're starting to think about what does long game look like? Because you know that it's clear. You know it's single file through the groups. You're just hoping it's not going to be a big worry out there. DM Gal and Scotty Design side by side.
These laps are going to start tumbling down pretty quickly.
Into the side of Ansepalosis, who just about saves it.
Oh, dearie me. Also, just at the front there, Mia Rose still in slipstream as well, so that is good news. And you can see there, they're still okay. So what's happened here? So Stag goes to the inside, Ansepalosis on the outside. And just a bit of contact. Ansepalosis.
I don't think it was. I don't think there was contact.
Lucky.
I think it was just avoiding, and it just, you know...
Oh, that's early.
Oh,
that's really early.
Indeed, into the pits, and that is, well, I mean, they must have known that they had no fuel in there, so they were maybe just trying to bluff it, and that's why they were so quick on the restart. They didn't have much fuel, but that means the Brendan Hyperstar now has to think about 2 different race strategies in this race.
Yeah, so it's early, it's trying to undercut, and this might be clever out there from Reska Kyoso. If the undercut works, then Reska can hold, but it's about what Brendan can do. There's a big gap now to Lith Fox at the moment, and how is it going to stay? In comes Brendan Hyperstar now, looking to try and get this pit stop sorted. So final stops are kicking on for everyone who's gone through, and Yellow Vision has gone speeding into the pit. He'll get a speeding penalty.
Yeah, locking up, big lock up there, and that was clearly
okay, this is where it's going to get a little bit juicy then. Final rounds of pit stop. It's kind of 25 laps to go. Like, yeah, this is crunch time.
So he can't do anything except hope he's going to run out of fuel, though, John.
Exactly. Effectively, you've just got to go hell for leather and see what happens.
And even if he has to come in, it's a morsel of fuel by comparison. Reska Kyoso, how good has this outlap been? to go and get this one
Come on,
sorted.
then.
This is a critical phase
This
of
bit
the
is-
race
this is
between
a big,
him and
big,
Brendan
big
Hyperstar,
moment.
who's already working the way through 2. Resker about to join turn 2, and I think he's going to get the clearance on Lithium Fox, but it's going to be nowhere near Brendan Hyperstar
Wow.
right now. 20 miles an hour the difference. You're not going to catch
Good
that. It's the
Lord.
speck in the distance you got to reach.
But has Brendan
Wow.
short fueled? We saw this last time that Brendan was doing some lifting and coasting at the end of the race. Is that the case once again? That Brendan likes to have a little bit of a gap and then fuel save. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to look at the pace, but for the moment, it does look
okay.
like Brendan Hyperstar has an advantage. But look at that, Andrew Petty still P8, but probably in a good position to just challenge the top 3.
Well, I don't think he needs to challenge right now. I think he just needs to save the fuel the best way that he can. He's got TK in front of him. He's got Sparks, BM Knoller, Tiamat Marduk. All of these will be huge boons to help. The only worry will be the driver behind John, and that's Josh Merrin.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
for
see, it's
sure.
not
That's,
knowing fuel
kind
and
of
sort
what
of
I
like
meant by
how long some of
challenging,
these
really,
guys
just throwing
are
a spanner
going to be
in the
able to
works,
go,
doing
like if
different
they've got what they
strategies,
need to go
forcing
to
the
the
other
end
drivers
here.
to think about what lap times they need to drive, think about chasing him down while he fuel saves. It's a great strategy. Josh Merrin has appeared out of nowhere, to be fair, and might be in a shout as well, depending on fuel. I'm trying to see if I can see any fuel indication of strategies, but it's looking like they might be actually on the same strategy at the moment. So this actually could be a battle that turns 2 drivers into potential flies in the works for Brendan Hyperstar.
Well, it's about how close can you get, how much lifting and coasting can you do into the corners. Do you need to go to fuel mix 2? Do you need to go to fuel mix 3 out there to make it work? You know, I've seen people like Kwame Scott, for example, do 36 laps out there on a full green run. They've only got 33 to do. In ideal conditions, you can do 33 with a good amount of fuel saving. So it's not impossible what's
Yeah,
being
these laps
asked
are going
right
to start
now.
coming
It's
down
very
now. Like
much
a
in the
yellow
wheelhouse
could
here,
get,
and it's going to rely
could make
on
it
this to work.
tasty.
They'll get the track position out there, but they won't have any tyre life to defend it with. If they get the caution, they will note if they don't get the caution, it's just about the fuel. Sparks to the inside of BM Knoller for position. This for a top 5. Great move.
Yeah, just steaming it up the inside, and VM Nola just let it go, to be fair. Sparks was arriving with so much speed, there was no real point in defending that one, so well done. And great racing once again from Sparks, just demonstrating that the racecraft is there, maybe not the performance, and that is TK going for an overtake as well.
Go on, TK.
So everything happening, I think that's a lap down, however.
Well,
never mind.
When you're looking around and saying,
never mind, TK, you do you.
That's critical.
Ooh, there's a little wall tap.
Position. Andrew Petty then has to pull out of 4 and get the jump through. Can't afford to drop.
Definitely a little wall tap there.
It's going to be a case of now, how do you want this one to set? This race is going to be right down onto the very, very haunches here, and I look around at Andrew Petty. He's jumping the train brilliantly. It's Josh Merrin who needs to respond now.
Indeed, Josh just dropping behind a little bit, and that can be crucial, just getting stuck behind another driver, as you've got Andrew Petty just trying to get past TK. That is for position, actually. So the gap there increasing actually ahead of TK to 1.7 seconds. So this could
speeding for D Goody.
Oh dear, they were having such a good race. It could have been a top 5 if it wasn't for that, but now they've thrown that all away.
It wasn't for those meddling
just
kids.
The pressure of the race getting to them, and that's Mia Rose in the wall. Big impact. It looks like not too much damage, but again the pressure mounting.
Oh, catches the end of the safer barrier here, going through turn 2. Mia chasing to try and get to B-Roy, who is the race leader out there at this stage. Look at that, just brushes a couple Firestones. You won't see any stickers now on the right side. In comes Mia Rose.
I think possibly damage, not quite sure, but maybe just a pit stop. Nearly spinning it on the entry as well.
19 to go.
Continues to lead with Tiamat Marduk second. Now that promotes Sparks to third, and Andrew Petty up to P4. So Andrew Petty is first, well, let's say realistically, the first driver that could be in with a shot of winning this race. So that is net P1 at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But for B-Roy, Tiamat Marduk and Sparks, it's all about profiting from that clean air at the moment.
There is B-Roy out there in front, leading, face of concentration right now, and he knows that this is going to be one he really understeers through for and almost catches the barriers there. He's got a big gap over Tiamat, Marduk and Sparks. Andrew Petty currently in 4th position right now, and he's pretty much just relying on
you're talking like just a minuscule lift just to sort of try and
had a lot of time to save fuel,
help
but the question is, have they saved enough? And I don't think anybody's in a position here that they've saved enough, but they'll be out of sync by how often they've come down to the pits.
Yeah, for sure. It's so difficult to call. Only the drivers will know that. And they will all be asking around for information. There'll be people jumping between live streams. I can guarantee
Hayden?
that.
Yeah,
just to
Hayden on
try and
Ollie.
get any sort of info possible. So one of the drivers here just racing for position right now. Hayden Gullis doing the overtake there on VM So up into P9. That is his top 10 for the moment. The Stag is the car up the road there. Just
go on,
the distance.
Hayden.
9/10 of a second. He can go and get that.
Reese is closing in behind and is going to look for it. Oh, don't push it. 3 wide. DM Gal think better of it right now. We're on a lovely green flag run at the moment. And DM Gal, how is that saved? Oh, that could have been disaster.
That was a triple save there. Just going one way, going the other, going the next way. And
16
just
to
trying
go.
to recover the steering. I'd love to see an onboard. Well, we're about to see onboard. Look at that, just counter steering. They're counter steering the other way. That is precision driving. And I can tell you that is just through feeling alone.
Well, the feeling is that has saved this one from needing another safety car to come out here. Josh Merrin clears then TK for a position.
Yeah, but hopefully we can just get clear running all the way to the end here.
Down the road here.
But this is it, like 15 to go. This is where it starts getting a little bit crazy.
But he's even more in the tank if he wants to make it home. I think this indication will be when Tom 97 pits.
Indeed, Tom 97 just shaping up a move on TK.
Oh, look at that lift.
Yeah. Deciding to go maybe another lap on fuel.
I think this is as far down. Look, the stats in 4th. How many times do you see a car in 4th going through the corners?
I must admit, I was expecting Tom 97 actually to come into the pit road there just by the size of that lift. But yeah, the Stag and Tom 97
down
have
to a
been
fifth.
the underdogs of this race, just driving clean laps, consistent laps, and they've been involved in incidents, but
it's like 5th and 6th. Like it doesn't
now we're seeing that they
tend to sort of flip between any more than that, really.
With a shout of a top 10 result if they play the cards right here. And
right, here's the flip side. Here's the flip side. These drivers are doing laps 2 seconds a lap slower than Brendan Hyperstar. There's 14 laps left. At this rate, they'll get caught with 5 to go.
Okay.
That is a tantalising thing to say. That might put a spanner in the work to fly in the ointment because we know how quick Brendan Hyperstar is. We know also how good at overtaking he is, and he will not take any second chances. He'll just steam it up the inside or around the outside.
Scotty's hit the instant point limit. He's got 50 incidents in the race. He'll have to serve the penalty.
Oh, Scotty.
That's very, very unlucky for him. It's just been one of those afternoons, as they say.
50 incidents.
B-Roy, I think, is going to come down in.
Oh, here we go.
He pits. He can't make it. He's 13 laps shy. And so Tiamat Marduk now will have to hold the mantle at the front of this field. A driver who has been disqualified in this race and is now leading.
That's a comeback, let's say. And Tiamat Marduk can now do the clickbait title of having led one lap of the Indy 500. But I mean, we know he's got very good pace. It's just, I think, maybe a bit of head loss today and a few unfortunate incidents, some black flags here and there and everywhere.
That is quite delivery, I've got to say.
He's doing the glory laps. He's doing what he does best, which is taking the limelight, and he's well deserving of this one, to be fair, because he's kept it clean, and after that disastrous start, anyone else, I think, or a lot of drivers anyway, would lose their heads.
Nearly into single figures now.
Josh Merrin, but this is not helping Josh Merrin's race, to be fair.
No, I think it helps. I think it's the opposite. I think this helps. So I think at this point in time, Josh Merrin needs someone to draft off of. The Stag is going to be the lovely village idiot that's going to help.
Village idiot?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. No, I didn't think about it that way. If you want to save fuel, you want someone pushing flat out ahead of you, and then you lift and coast. Yeah, you're quite right, to be fair. And you can see the gap closing, actually. 5.2 seconds. It was 5.5 seconds. So this could be another just play that Josh Marin is doing. It's being helped just coincidentally, to be fair. This isn't probably planned or whatever, but the Stag turning a vast rate of knots.
So Brendan Hyperstar, you can see now,
at least compared to everyone else, apart from Brendan Hyperstar. Brendan Hyperstar is going very quick, as they say.
Well, he's struggling to get around El Taco Man, and that's going to really hurt because he's got to run through these cars. He's got to pass, he's got to deal with dirty air, and El Taco Man's giving him a little bit of a what for to get back. That's Reska.
He's got a lot to do.
And will comfortably
yeah, he's only got 10 to go.
The position. Oh, a huge slide for Reska Koso as we go to replay, and he's saved, but this is the issue. Trying to get this one down into 3 and 4, and not necessarily getting this one
down into 4th.
Oh, he had every right for it.
Oh, El Taco Man risking everything for that one. Just going all the way up against the wall, brushing.
Here we go, single figures now.
In one corner, you can see how confident Brendan
9 to go.
He's going all the way millimeters close to the wall. But you know what can you do at this point? Sparks is just behind. I think that is no, that is Street Waffle, if I can see correctly on screen. So a lot of battling going on in the midfield, as well as you can see Hayden Gill is still on track as well, recovering very well. P8 now, just behind Tom 97.
Yeah, so trying to definitely focus on it. Presley Sora is going to have to come in late then and make some
honestly, so many chops and changes. Like, it's amazing how, like, you know, you can have a really, really sort of bad first half, but then
that's only going to be a short
things just go your way.
And now every car is going to be critical here and can't get by. Is the likes then of Brendan Hyperstar on Sloppy Joe. He's only going to have to get a run off the exit of the corner of 4, and he's going to manage it. And then
P13
leeway at the moment. Sparks leads. Andrew Petty is just a 10th behind.
Scotty's not like letting him through.
The season 2 champion.
Scotty Design slams the door shut, so no way past until turn 3. So that is going to be another bit of time lost.
Good drive from Scotty.
Lost about 2 seconds of work as well in traffic. So that is disastrous for them, that's for sure. Brendan Hyperstar finally gets past as well.
Oh, big hit.
In the wall. Sloppy Joe, I think, in the wall there, just glancing the barrier, losing the right front tyre. Oh, that's terrible stuff. Actually, he's got it back, so a little bit of damage.
Somehow he's got it back.
Wow. That could have been the moment where the race completely changed, but fortunately enough, they kept it in a straight line.
Yeah, you see it losing and bang.
How is that? In the wall. And everyone just about avoids it there. Bang! The hit there for
that could have been
Joe.
A million times worse.
Parked. It's VM Knoller at the moment on pit exit with 7 laps to go. It's off the circuit. It doesn't need a caution out there at this point. Still leads. Andrew Petty second.
Come on.
He is saving like a demon.
Yeah, it's just a question of, do they have enough laps to catch? I mean, Brendan Hyperstar needs to turn up the wick.
Brendan's not going to do it. There's no way he's doing it. No way.
Back out of the pits
that's too much to do. 6 laps, no chance.
As well, they need to get back positions. Maybe there's a top 10 in there. So a lot of drivers right now pushing to the limit.
It's just mad. Like, he was just in control of the race for so long. I think how many incidents that Hayden's had, and he's up there in P7.
Just can't see
wild. What a race.
They very much are, and they know that at the moment Brendan Hyperstar is 12th, Reska Kyoso is 13th, Lithium Fox is 15th. Out there, they've got still a long way to go, and they're still over 10 seconds off of the race lead, or 15 for Brendan Hyperstar in 5 laps.
So Sparks is the leader. He's got what, 6/10 of a second at the moment.
Here in the final stages to get it done. Sparks still there with 5 laps to go. How long can Sparks hold out? Is there enough for Sparks to hold out? Andrew Petty is deep in the tank. Right now, the Stag is third.
Okay, so he's got 3.2 seconds, but apparently there's a good bit of fuel saving going on.
This is absolutely incredible. This might be a grandstand finish. I have no idea whether they have.
I'm keeping an eye on that gap from P3 to P2. 3.5 is up to 3.6.
Last drop of fuel into the collector. And I'm surprised. I'm just so surprised. Tom 97 is also out there as well at the moment. And
It's getting
laps.
bigger.
If you're going for it now, you may as well stay out and see what happens.
Sparks is looking good.
You're going to have to. You're really going to have to. Merrin says cheeky as Tom 97 doesn't want to go. Sparks pits. And with 3 laps to go, Andrew Petty has got to hope he's got a feather of a right foot.
Oh.
This is incredible. For Sparks, that will be so frustrating.
He didn't have enough.
Nearly there, but not quite. It always has to be one driver that just can't make it. They've decided.
Oh, that must be agonising. Literally, what, 3 laps to go, and you know that you've got to come on in.
Very fast at the moment, just catching Merrin, possibly using them for a slipstream, and also just lifting and coasting. We'll have to wait and see. That's TK as well, joining the back of them. Where is Brendan Hyperstar? Will he come into shot? I think that is Brendan Hyperstar in the background. That's your visual gap.
Yeah, but he's got to get up to 3rd, and that's the key.
Yeah,
when you've got Ancephalosis, Aerotech,
Fastest
Smileable,
lap,
Hayden
yeah,
Gullis,
go
you've
on.
got to get through all of them late. That's the end goal out there. That's almost into the wall then with 3 laps to go. This is getting dicey. In comes Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden Gullis can't make it either, and I think that's Tim McMurdoch back into the pits there. And so yeah, Reese, sorry, same livery.
So wow, like they were, really leaving it late, aren't they?
Being in effect
trying to eke it out.
But yeah, for Brendan Hyperstar, it's just too much traffic at the moment. Look at that, just dirty air, hampering the lap time, hampering the pace.
But surely you knew that that's going to be the case. It's going to be so difficult.
Go to the inside, and El Taco Man just getting in the mix as well, even though they're not on the same lap.
Certainly giving it something to think about.
To unlap if they want to, and Brendan knows it. Here as he works through.
Yeah, Taco Man's going to get through. Oh my God!
2 laps to go. It's Andrew Petty versus the
It's 5 seconds. Final lap. Andrew Petty surely has got to be. That's the gap that you want if you're fuel saving, don't you?
Here in all of these groups. In comes TK 2 laps shy out there, and that's going to be huge as far as they set. So now they know that this is going to be one of those races.
Yeah, look at that gap.
They are now putting
something.
themselves into play. Sloppy Joe now sets in. We are on lap 200. This is your final lap of the race. And out of 4 and to the line. A fuel save from the heavens. Andrew Petty wins the Creator Series 500.
Fair play. Great fuel save. Yes. Tom 97 for a P3.
It's a P2 as well. Tom 97 will cross the line to compete.
Very nice.
You believe
out. Josh Merrin is out of fuel over the line. He
Oh
finishes
wow!
wow. And Smiler Bull safe in that 4th by 2/10.
Can you believe it? Ancephalosis will be finishing P7 as well. Brendan Hyperstar will bring across the line P8. And that was
Is this on the line?
Oh
my Lord, on the line! On the line!
That was close for Josh Merrin.
Holy!
Well, Aerotech got 1. He nearly got them both. He almost took
it by 7 seconds. What a fuel save then!
Line, but what a moment this is going to be.
That was
Andrew
great.
Petty. We know he's lightning fast in a super formula, but today he proved that you don't win these races by having the outright speed all the time. Sometimes it's the lightest foot that gets
it's a game of endurance. Like it really is.
Brilliant
summary. That was great.
This was one played on strategy, and
that was absolutely. Oh my God!
Down and a load of other, or
that
missing
was
half
absolutely
of the car
great
to
and
watch. Indeed, I think that's Josh's corner flipped upside down there. So those two up to their usual shenanigans. Wow, that is a big flip over, and I think that is going to be a big crash of the day. So Hayden just having a bit of fun at the end of the race.
Oh God, here we go.
This was one where you couldn't figure out until
Do you reckon?
the last 10 laps.
Well, look, if we get the
going
PC early doors, then maybe.
That's such a big impact.
Hey, look,
I think some
we make no bones about it. We'd love to get
that.
a cheeky little full-time CSC. Who
those
knows?
physics are the words Hayden Gullis.
Who knows what could happen? But nevertheless, we've got a few events to look forward to between, obviously between now and F1 26 coming out. Oh my God!
Number 93 had to win it on a fuel save late to go and make it work.
I'd have loved to have seen what some of the fuel was looking like.
Ultimately, is the pace setter to the end. Andrew
Petty
wins
7
by
seconds in the end.
over the stag.
Tom 97,
Tom
great drive.
ending up with third across the line. Josh Merrin would choke along the line, along with Smileable fourth and sixth, respectively. Aerotech will snipe a top 5 out there with a great result. You got Ancephalosis 7.
Not a good day for the CSF
so
one, guys.
Desperately unlucky. He dominated
never know.
today,
Hey, this is
but
it.
just didn't make the right call on strategy.
But
so
regardless,
Poochie
Poochie will be there, we'll be reserving, we'll be having some fun with it, and we're still going to be enjoying putting out the content that we do.
16 cars on the leading
Absolutely.
lap. Big
TM Marduk
would be 11th ahead of Mia Rose
Ryan
and
at
B Roy,
P16,
with Sparks,
Hayden
TM Marduk
18.
and Ryan L83.
Mia Rose, who was going to be our
One
pick,
down for
ended up in P12.
TK, because it wasn't in fact TK in the car. We can reveal that now. We thought it was. It very much isn't. It was, of course, one member of Punju's crew out there that ended up being.
Oh, so it wasn't TK.
Scroll back up my chat. Out there, it's Clark who was running in that from Punju's crew out there, or the Clark out there, so to say. Hayden Gullis would be 18th ahead of Darius Rush, and Reese, who would round out your top 20. You then follow over with the second of the unsafety cars there.
Charles Wimbley, he was looking so good for such a huge amount of the race. 2 laps down.
You then go to
Nolly as well was
had the speeding penalty late.
Yeah,
El Taco Man with dramas. Charles Wimbley 2 down.
So with Presley as well.
Ian Gallen, VM Knoller at 4.
He was running in that sort of like top band again, for like certainly within the first 100.
Here because you got the likes of Josh's Corner, Chesnoy Gaming.
Just shows it. Just try, keeping your nose clean and this that. Yeah,
out of running with Steel Horse Live, NL Stroopwaffle. And then the last
that was awesome.
Snowbrand,
that genuinely was such a joy to watch.
Position. Right.
I'm pleased that we got like full clean running at the end.
Start talking with some drivers, and we have got Tom at 97 here along with us.
That's where I'm going to leave it. All righty.
Very much need.
Oh, honestly, fair play. That was absolutely class. Genuinely, like, it's something a little bit different. It's something to just, like amazing. Genuinely amazing. I'm already now excited for the actual Indy 500 in a few weeks' time. But anyway, nevertheless, it is time to. Is it too late for chicken, Poochie? Do you know what, Poochie? I'm going to save it for tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be good. It's probably too late to eat anything now. So I might treat myself to a nice breakfast tomorrow. That, I think, might be the plan. But no, look, we are back live again tomorrow. Back at our usual time of 6:30 p.m. It is, of course, our, I'm going to say, world famous Foxy F1 Fridays, of course, our 5-lap open lobby night. So yeah, we will see you live and kicking, bringing in the weekend in the best way possible with some F1 25. For those of you which have obviously been here watching, been here throughout, amazing. Obviously, shout out to Chizzy for the gifted sub, and even myself throwing out cheeky gifted. You are welcome, Poochie. But look, again, see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing. I'm looking forward to the races. We will catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.